Alright, yo, after a long day yesterday of a lot of disappointment, we're gonna head and wash that bad taste out of our mouths here tonight with a Wembanyama classic. He's coming off a phenomenal game one. Let's see what encore performance he has in store for us here today. Or will Portland be able to pull off in Atlanta and steal game two against the San Antonio Spurs? We got a couple of things to go over. We got this Boston-Philly game going on. It's significantly closer than it was in game one. So let's go ahead, start the show, let's talk all about it. Yes. We are indeed back at it again here tonight. We're only here for the one game. The first time we're only going to be doing one game since the playoffs started since Saturday. Saturday we did 4. Sunday we did 2. Monday, yesterday, we did 2. And here tonight, I think we only got the one game in us. Only because if Philly were playing, and then if the Philly-Boston game were playing, and then it led into the Blazers-Spurs games, I'd say, all right, let's go ahead and get the doubleheader out of the way here tonight too. But instead, they put two West Coast Conference teams against each other, or two of the West Coast Conference games on the back-to-back slate here tonight. So I don't love that. We have, obviously, the game we're going to be covering, Portland taking on the San Antonio Spurs after San Antonio won game one somewhat convincingly. It was a close game for the most part. It was about a 10-point game, but the San Antonio Spurs controlled it for majority of the night. But then we have the late night game of the surprise one of the big surprises of the first game around the league, and that was the Houston Rockets and the LA Lakers taking on each other, in which the Lakers took down the Rockets in somewhat convincing manner, where it was about a 10-point game, but it never really felt like Houston had a chance to fully come back and win that basketball game. The Lakers controlled it from opening tip to the end, courtesy of 41-year-old LeBron James, because of course, yeah, that's what he does. So I don't really want to tune into that game. The Rockets are a tough watch. The Lakers, no Luka Doncic, no Austin Reeves, a pretty tough playoff watch as well, even though LeBron can, at times, bring excitement to it still. So we're going to stick with our one game here tonight. We're going to stick with one game tomorrow. We'll go through the rest of the slate of our schedule going on. The Knicks don't play again until Thursday, so at least we get a bit of a breather, a bit of a reprieve from the disappointment of last night. It's okay. It is what it is. Playoff losses happen. Hopefully they regroup, they figure it out, and they come together moving forward, because best believe I have been analyzing it. I have been listening to all the podcasts. I've been reading to all the articles. I've been reading all the social media posts. Trust me, I feel like I've diagnosed the problem, so I hope they have diagnosed the problem and will move forward and control the series from here on out. With that being said, let's focus on our game here tonight. We have Portland taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And like I said, the reason why we're not doing the full 40-minute pregame rundown the way we did during the regular season is because we know these teams. We've seen these teams. That is the purpose of the regular season, is to get to know these teams. So when it comes time to the playoffs, we're not guessing what these teams are playing like. We're not guessing what the matchups are like. We know what we're in for when we tune in. Now, the only thing to really go up is, what are the matchups going to be like? What is the first game box score looking like? Let's go ahead and analyze that, right? So as far as the rotation players going for both sides, we know we got Deni, Avdija, MBM. What's up, MBM? He said, the Magnificent, appreciate the invitation. Appreciate you, MBM. We got Keith. What's up, Keith? I'm looking forward to a fantastic and exciting broadcast. Sip on that lemon water for the throat and voice. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Robespierre. What's up, Robespierre? In 10 years, Sheffy's like, that's what he does with 51 years? What do you mean? In like 10 years? MBM, of course, appreciate you, brother. Henry Robinson, what's up, Henry? Sons, gents, and sorry, yesterday wasn't ideal, but we're here and alive and hope we're all well today. Today's a new day. We put one step in front of ourselves. Like I say all the time, feel those feelings, feel frustrated, feel annoyed, be upset, go to bed as best as you can, because Lord knows I did not sleep well. I got about 3 hours of sleep last night before I had to wake up, go to work, came back, took a nap, trying to get through this game here tonight. We got to get through the rest of the week. We got to get to our New York Knicks on Thursday. I'm itching for that rematch. I need to wash that bad taste of our mouths. We got to beat them out there in Atlanta, which is going to be a tough game. But that is for later in the week when the Knicks take on Atlanta Hawks. They don't even play until Thursday. So we got a couple games ahead of us before we get to that point, right? Lionel Monos is up, Lionel. I hope you rested enough. Rested enough. Could have used a little bit more, but just enough. We're good. Still hurting from the Game 2 loss? Yeah, it's not great. Supa, what's up, Supa? Said peace and blessings to Sheppy in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Glad you're doing this game. Will make my commute much more enjoyable. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Supa. Hope you enjoy your time. Zane, what's up, Zane? Let's see this game. It's either scoot over Wemby or Wemby better scoot over. I see what you did there. Absolutely. My guy Scoot, he got to show up. He got to show out. By the way, the Philadelphia 76ers, about halfway through the second quarter, are leading the Boston Celtics 41-40. Before this game starts, we'll see if we have enough time to get through that box score. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Zane said the Knicks ain't got the sauce like that at the moment, but they'll pick it back up. I hope they do. Keith said, Sheppy, although the fact still remains that we missed 10 free throws, we're missing OG three-point shooting, but a kick in the butt to remind the Knicks to keep their sights on goal never hurts. I mean, it hurts a little bit. I wouldn't say never hurts. It hurts a little bit. But, yeah, they didn't get a great game from almost anybody. I thought Towns played well again, but again, needs more touches. And again, it's the same conversations of he's got to get better positioning so the Knicks, his teammates, can give him the ball. The Knicks have to just do a better job of getting him the ball. They have to incorporate him in the offense more. Like all of the things, right? Brunson, as the point guard, as the leader, you got to find a way to get you guys the ball. He did not do that in that game, in that Game 2 loss. So blame all around for sure. It's not just the 10 missed free throws. It is my biggest pet peeve. They put themselves behind the 8 ball. Even if they hit 8 of those missed free throws, you have a 10-point lead by the time, a double-digit lead by the time they come in, right? A lot has been made of Mike Brown's terrible substitution patterns. Again, we talked about it that night, talked about it last night, in the sense that why are you running lineups out there with no Brunson and no Towns in a playoff series? That is not sustainable. And no point guard, no ball handler. Like you got OG Anunoby, your best ball handler, along with Deuce McBride and Landry Shamet. That's not going to cut it against a good defense in Atlanta, if not maybe even a really good defense in Atlanta, especially if they could put out their ball pressure guys of Alexander Walker or Dyson Daniels out there to really pressure the ball. And that's exactly what they did. They got into the next ball handlers. They couldn't get anything. I believe the stat I saw was they scored 19 points in 9 minutes. It's 2 points a minute. For a team, it's horrendous. It was something along those lines in the minutes that they went to the bench unit. And by the way, it also takes, we're getting into the next talk here, but it takes guys like Deuce McBride and Landry Shamet from being like fantastic off-ball players who can play off the gravity of their stars, which is the role they've been in all season long during the regular season, to then putting them in a position where they have the ball in their hands and they have to create, which is not a strength of their game. So you are not utilizing them to a point where you can really take advantage of their strengths. Utilize your team and accentuate their strengths and hide their weaknesses. And right now in that game, Mike Brown just laid out their weaknesses and they were like, take full advantage of that. That's not going to cut it in the playoff series, man. It's not going to cut it in a playoff series against anybody. They could be playing name whatever worst first round team is in the playoffs this season. Whatever is the worst team in the playoffs this year, the Knicks would have lost to that team too. All factors involved of the missed free throws, the open missed threes from the Knicks, the turnovers, the substitution pattern, the rotations that Mike Brown used, the missed free throws. If you take all of that into account, the Knicks still lose against the worst team in the first round here. Whatever team it is, if you want to say it's Philly, if you want to say it's Orlando, if you want to say who are the Blazers or the Phoenix Suns, who are the 7 and 8 seeds of each conference, whatever is the worst team in the league that has made the playoffs, the Knicks would have lost to that team. It's not just an Atlanta thing. The Knicks lost that game. Shout out Atlanta. They made the plays down the stretch they needed to make in order to win. The Knicks lost that game. They shot themselves in the foot. We were calling it out all night long, and exactly what I said happened. They allowed them to hang around. They missed the free throws to put the game out of control, and ultimately Atlanta took advantage. They closed out, and they stole one on the road, which is exactly what you want to do when you start a series off on the road. That's enough with the Knicks talk for now. Of course, we can get back to it, but let's just break down here because we have about 10 minutes till tip-off. I just want to run through our rotation guys here for both sides. We got Deni Avdija, who we know is the star. Kind of went off in game one. We'll also go through the box score, but we got Deni Avdija. As far as the second star goes for Portland here, I don't even know if they typically have one. They're bringing Shaedon Sharpe off the bench. He's coming back from an injury. They have Scoot Henderson in the starting lineup, and he's played well. Shout out Scoot Henderson, my guy. we'll be rooting for him heavy tonight. But Shaedon Sharpe coming off the bench, they're going to need him to play much better. I have him up on the bingo card for about 20 points, and in both of these games, I don't think he's gotten to 20 points combined. So, Zane, what's up, Zane? To be fair, the Knicks controlled the pace in each game so far, so we'll come to expect the same for future games. Just got to close better. Yes, but I remember saying something similar along those lines in the Detroit series last year, and yet Detroit pushed it to 6 games. Now, Detroit was a tougher, more rumble team that had a better star impact player in Cade Cunningham, but it is not enough to be close to winning a basketball game. And we controlled the game, but the Celtics were saying that last year against the Knicks. Well, we had 20-point leads in both games. We'll win this series, right? It's not enough. It's not enough to get close to winning a basketball game. You got to go out and win the basketball game for it to count, right? It still went up there for a loss. So they controlled the game, cool. You know what game 3 isn't? It's not game 1, it's not game 2. The Atlanta Hawks could come out and control game 3. The Knicks could have a poor shooting night. Atlanta could have a phenomenal shooting night. You put the variance now in the hands of the basketball gods, and that's where it doesn't need to be, right? You had control, and you let it go. You gave control back. It's up in the air now for any team to grab it. Rose with the bros, and the refs missed Brunson travel twice. Sure, but ultimately the Knicks lost. Does it really matter? Keanu Bryan said, post, I don't care what you say, the Knicks lost because they suck at free throws. Yeah, I mean, you guys know my biggest pet peeve is missed free throws, and they missed 10 of them, which is absolutely detrimental to your ability to win a basketball game. Lorenzo, what's up, Lorenzo? The Knicks will win the series. I don't have a ton of doubt. Listen, I have the Knicks going to the NBA Finals this year. They better go to the Finals. I have the Knicks going to the NBA Finals this year. That does not take away from the fact that they could indeed lose a round 1 matchup. They are not impervious of doing so. Right? Philly is up by 4 against Boston right now, 50-46 in this second quarter with 4 minutes to go. I don't think anybody is concerned that Boston's going to lose this series to Philly. I'll tell you that. As far as Atlanta versus New York, that's slightly closer, with Atlanta being significantly healthier than Philly is. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? It's nice to see the Sixers are scrapping. Win or lose, I'd like to see them at least exert some energy. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you for sure. I hope Philly wins this game. But Shaedon Sharpe is going to have to step up in some kind of way, for sure. Drew Holiday is the old veteran statesman of this team. He's got 2 championship rings, one with Boston, one with Milwaukee, and he's great, but he is also 35-plus years old here. So there's only so much you can expect from him. They're going to need other guys to step up, like Shaedon Sharpe, like Scoot Henderson, like a guy like Jeremy Grant, who's really good for them in the regular season, but he is really limited as an on-ball creator. He's kind of just settled himself as he's now in his early 30s as a catch and shoot and attack a closeout kind of player instead of a self-creator, which is what he was kind of aiming to be earlier in his career. But at 18 points per 6 points per game for the most part in the regular season here, they're going to need more from him overall. Shout out my guy Scoot Henderson coming back from the injury in the last quarter of the season. He's been in the starting lineup. He's been really solid and productive for them. I'm hoping that Scoot Henderson is going to be able to continue that production here tonight. I'm always going to be rooting for my guy Scoot. We'll see. Toumani Camara, incredibly important. They have him on the Wembanyama matchup. You know, some teams, if they have a decent center to match up with Wemby, they'll lean with the center. Most teams will probably try and put their best wing on Wemby and have their center roam a little bit, maybe off of Steph Castle, which is exactly the game plan that Portland is going to. And they have a guy like Donovan Clingan leaning off and ghost coveraging Steph Castle out on the perimeter. Clingan's hanging around the paint, hanging around Victor Wembanyama, as well as obviously having Camara guard him. So it's going to be up to Steph Castle to make him punish for leaving him open from the perimeter, and it's going to be up to Wemby to navigate that kind of coverage where he's got an extra defender shading him at all times. Star players that are always able to do it, and Wembanyama was able to do it the other night. So, Justice Dad, what's up, Justice Dad? Durston, what's up, Durston? Caleb Love, interestingly enough, he's on a 2-way contract, and it's come out that the Portland Trailblazers, our new owner, by the way, the Portland Trailblazers have a new owner, is so cheap that he decided, the only team and owner in the league, elected to not bring the 2-way players on the road during the playoffs here. So he's not even with the team right now, and he was really solid for them in the regular season. City Sissoko, we added, he's not part of the rotation anymore. They have a couple of guys coming off the bench where they were injured, but now they're back healthy and they will be ready to go. But let's get to the San Antonio Spurs real quick as we're going through the pregame or the introductions here for the starters. We get the Victor Wembanyama. The context here has stayed here. It hasn't changed all season long because this is the only context you need when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. All it simply says is, it's Wemby. You just pray. You just pray he settles for jump shots. You pray he misses. And you know what he didn't do a whole lot of in game one was miss perimeter jump shots. He knocked down tough contested fall-away threes. He's knocked down tough contested fall-away jump shots. It was a rough night if you were a Portland Trailblazers fan because there wasn't really anything you can do. He was absolutely monstrous. Lorenzo said, Wemby going for 40 and 15 tonight? He absolutely could. That is not a ridiculous statement at all. He was so dominant in that first game. We'll see if Portland tries anything different in terms of their coverage here tonight. Rose said, it's so odd when any team rolls out the ball, the defense don't charge for it. Sure. Bruce Fowler said, how did Wemby become a savior and the villain at the same time? Quiet as kept, that's how you become the face of the NBA, aka MJ, Steph, etc. How did he become the savior and the villain at the same time? I don't think he's the villain. I think everybody is kind of wholeheartedly latched on to Victor Wembanyama and they love him. A villain in the sense that he's now one of the best players in the league and it's going to be difficult to beat him, but I don't think anybody sees Wemby as a villain. De'Aaron Fox is the star point guard that they traded for, thinking that, oh yeah, we'll have De'Aaron Fox and we'll have Steph Castle alongside him. But then an interesting happened where they won the lottery again, got the number 2 pick, and were able to draft Dylan Harper, a fantastically talented point guard who now comes off the bench for them. But De'Aaron Fox, as the starter, is able to play alongside those 3 guard combinations. But De'Aaron Fox, second best player on the team in my estimation. Well, Steph Castle's right there, but we'll keep it with De'Aaron Fox for now. He's very accomplished, perennial all-star. He's made all NBA teams in his career. 49% from the field, about 35% from the three-point line, 19 a game, 6 assists. As all of the things, he's going to need to be the Batman. He's going to need to be the Robin to Wembanyama's Batman. Maybe not particularly during the series is going to be super important, but it's definitely going to be important as the playoffs go on. Steph Castle, we know. Devin Vassell knocked down a bunch of threes in that first game. Dylan Harper, we just mentioned, point guard off the bench. But then you get to guys like Barnes and Champagnie in the starting lineup, Keldon Johnson in the running for Sixth Man of the Year. There's a lot to like about this. They're supremely deep for the San Antonio Spurs, but we are getting ready for the tip-off as Philadelphia 76ers are up by 4, by the way. And they are about 2 minutes away from halftime. 2:49 to go, about 3 minutes away. But here we go. We're going to get to our Gamecast as always. The Spurs win the tip. We are off and running. Here we go. Game number 2 between these two teams. Fox has it up top, dancing around the Wemby screen. Calling for another ball handler. They get over to Castle. Castle in the lane, fakes the handoff, keeps it. Castle directing traffic. Directing traffic again. He's going to keep it. He's going to drive it down. Hesitates, leans in, step back, fall away, jumper off glass. Got it to go for Steph Castle. And it's going to be supremely important for him to not just knock down those shots, but to be aggressive with the ball in his hands if Donovan Clingan is going to ghost coverage him and not play him at all. The Deni Avdija and Drew Holiday miscommunicate there. But Deni Avdija does a great job contesting Vassell on the break there. They kick it up head to Scoot Henderson. Pump fake, one dribble in, mid-range jumper. Got it to go. There you go, big scoop. We're tied at 2 with a little over with about a minute gone here in this first quarter. Here we go. Let's lock it. Tied at 2. Wemby up top, gets it over to Castle, back to Wemby. Wemby being guarded by Kamara. They get it over to Fox. Fox up top, being guarded by Holiday. They get it over to Castle, and it's an offensive foul. Steph Castle trying to set that off-ball screen on Kamara to free up Wembanyama. A little too aggressive, a little bit of a flop for Toumani Kamara there, but he gets the benefit of the doubt. He gets the call, and the ball is going to go back to the Blazers here. Just that said, Wemby on any minutes restrictions? No minutes restrictions for Wemby. He's healthy, ready to go for the most part. Rose said just wait until Wemby gets more muscle on him. I don't think he needs more muscle on him. I think the beauty of Wemby is that he is flexible and pliable, and you don't really want a big, giant, strong dude down there anymore. That's always going to be a weakness of his game, but the strengths of the body type that he has far outweighs the weaknesses that it brings. Out on the break and transition, a 3 for Vassell, can't get it to go. Wembanyama able to secure the rebound. No look pass inside to Fox, being guarded by Clingan. They kick it around, and Henderson is switched on to Wembanyama here. He's coming to his right off the handle. Tried to throw the inside pass to Castle, gets knocked out of bounds by the Blazers. Good hands from them. It's going to stay here with San Antonio. And it is tied at 2 with 10:22 to go. We've seen almost every game 2 be far more competitive, maybe not far more competitive, but much more competitive than games 1 were, including the Knicks and Atlanta game, except for, the majority of it. Wembanyama, the little fall away at the buzzer, got it to go as the shot clock expired there. He just got to the Dirk Nowitzki one-legged fall-away jumper along the baseline. Kamara, speaking of tiptoeing along that baseline. They get it over to Klingon. Klingon picks up his handle against Wemby. They swing it back around. Avdija with the ball up top, being guarded by Castle. Coming to his left off the Klingon screen, leaves it off for Klingon. Catches, pump fakes, back over to Avdija. He's going to pump fake, ran off the line by Vassell. Spin to his right, down the lane, scoop layup. Can't get it to go. And it is a goaltend. There's something on the bingo card already. We'll go through the bingo card as the night goes on, but of course we always have goaltend on here for the most part, and goaltend is indeed on here. So we got goaltend. They get over to Vassell on the right wing, driving it down in the paint, pump fake spins, kicks it out. Castle, right corner three, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Avdija with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Deni Avdija on the left side of the court, being picked up by Castle, crosses over to his left off the Klingon screen, leans in, kicks it out to Klingon. He'll drive to his left. He's got Castle on him, so they kick it out. Avdija will put up the three over Wemby. He's going to dare him to shoot it. Avdija will oblige, and he'll knock down the three, 7-4. 9:20 to go here. Castle, foul line, lobs it up top to Wemby, trying to tip it up and in, gets fouled by Kamara, and Wemby will go probably to the foul line for two. Will they give him the shot attempt here? Zane said, muscular Wemby equals durability issues, equals more minutes restrictions? Yes. You don't want him carrying around any more weight than he has to. At 7'5", if he has more weight, carrying around more weight, it's not going to help him. You want the flexibility, you want the pliability. It has to be a balance. Obviously, he's got to get a stronger core. But it's the same reason why Kevin Durant didn't add a ton of weight as his NBA career continued to go on. You just got to strengthen your core and increase your balance. Wemby out to Champagnie, fires up the straightaway three, can't get it to go. Rebound to Kamara, and we're bringing it down the other way. Now to Avdija up top, coming to his right against Castle. They switch off to Wemby. They leave it off to Kamara, cutting down the middle of the lane, kick it out to Holiday. Beautiful ball movement. Holiday wide open right corner three, can't get it to go. Rebound to De'Aaron Fox, but they call a loose ball foul on De'Aaron Fox there. So it's going to stay here with the Blazers. 7-4, three-point lead for the Blazers here early. They get it into Avdija, dancing with it, kicks out to Klingon. Klingon will shoot up that straightaway three, and he'll knock down a straightaway three. Donovan Klingon. I've been so down on Donovan Klingon shooting that I actually lowered it down to one big man made three and a turnover. Henderson picks it up, bringing it down the other way. Henderson has it on the left wing, being guarded by Castle. He's going to shoot the step back three, knock me down. Oh, Scoot Henderson is hooping here in this playoff series. We get a timeout for the San Antonio Spurs. I'm trying to put y'all on game with Scoot, and a lot of y'all think it's a joke, and I'm trying to tell you, Scoot is on the rise. Here he comes. Here he comes. 8:30 to go, 13-4 start, 9-point lead for the Blazers here. Scoot Henderson with a step back three against Castle to get it back, or get it to a 13-point lead, a 9-point lead here. 13-4 is the game right now. Eric Lyerly with the Eric. Tay Cowboys with up Tay. I'm still crushed. Absolutely. Devastated, Tay. I'm devastated. But we got to keep it going because we got another game coming. We got another game coming. We can't allow those feelings to roll into the next game. But we do have 2 days to feel them, right? We got last night, we got today, we got tomorrow. And then by the time Thursday come around, we got to be locked in for game 3. Zane said, Scooter's rolling. We are rolling, Zane. We are rolling. My guy, Scoot. I'm trying to put y'all in the Scoot game. 5 points to start. 5 points for Deni Avdija, who's also 2 for 2. Klingon, 3 points. He knocked down a 3, which, by the way, let's look at our bingo card here. One of the things I decided to do was put the bingo card over here so we really look at it. Shout out all the backup guys, but let's take a look at our bingo card. We have Holiday, 15 points. We have a travel, a successful challenge, a jump ball. We have a shot clock violation. We have Wemby for 30 points. We have any player for 3 blocks. Steph Castle for 20 points. We have a 4-point play, Sharp for 20, a triple-double. Harper for 15 points off the bench. Vassell for 3 threes, a technical foul. My guy Scoot already on pace for 15 points here at least. 2 consecutive missed free throws, a player fouls out. Keldon Johnson off the bench for 12 and 5. Could be any 12 and 5. It could be 12 rebounds or 5 points for all I care, as long as he gets 12 and 5. Fox for 25 points. Champagnie and Barnes combined for at least 5 threes. Those are the 2 best 3-point shooters. We'll see. Well, Vassell is probably also one of their better 3-point shooters, but they're catch and shoot specialist 3-point shooters, Champagnie and Barnes. So if they can combine for 5 threes, they could definitely have a night like that. Failed challenge, double-double, goaltend, and Portland big man 3-pointer made. I put that up there because not only was Donovan Klingon firing threes, but so was Robert Williams. And Robert Williams hit one, and I figured, you know what? If any of those guys hit a 3 here today, we'll do that. Eric Lively said you should change it to tie-up. We know what we mean by jump ball. It is a tie-up. Suns Gen, what's up, Suns Gen? Philly up by 8.5. We'll go through that box score as well. Beautiful. Up by 8. I love to see it. If only we could have Philadelphia win game 2, then everybody will stop talking about the Knicks losing game 2. If the Spurs lose and Boston loses, right? Detroit already lost game 1. If we have most of these guys, most of these series going into game 3 tied at 1-1, guess what? Maybe it's not that big of a deal that you lost the game at home, because it happens. All right, let's also pull up our thing here so we can update it, so we can go through our, where are we at? So we can go through our bingo card as the night goes on. Over here, go to bingo, and this is the Blazers taking on the Spurs. Beautiful. Now, what we could also do, let's do this, open this up so we can go through this other game because it's very rare that it does happen, particularly in this first round where we have multiple games on at the same time. And we do indeed have the 76ers and the Celtics here at halftime, 62-54, an 8-point lead for Philly. You'll love to see it. Philly defense taking every molecular of oxygen. Really? They're choking away the Celtics offense right now. I love it. Philly defense is solid. Especially with Paul George out there, they should be solid even in the absence of Embiid. And they come out to start the second, come out of the timeout, not to start the second quarter. I'm too far ahead. Come out to start the, to come out of the timeout here. And Fox rushing down the other end and throws it behind Castle, and it ends up being a turnover. Here comes Portland off the timeout inside to Kamara, back outside the Holiday in the right wing, being guarded by Champagnie. Believes his way in the paint. Pump fake goes up, layup. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Give him a double-digit lead early here in the game. Early. Christian Blaze, what's up, Christian? VJH come going off. Love to see it. Well, yeah, let me know what's going on, Christian Blaze, our resident Celtics fan. Appreciate you, brother. Let us know what's going on in that game. Every molecular of oxygen is crazy. Let me know what do you see going on in that game, Christian Blaze? Because obviously, I see the box score. I see what's going on. As Holiday knocks down the first free throw, he's got another one coming. But you let me know. What do you see in that game? We have... What did we have? We had something happen, right? Didn't we have something happen? My goodness. All right, we'll figure it out in a second, but here we go. Holiday knocks down both free throws, giving them the 11-point lead. Castle has it up top, being guarded by Klingon. Coming to his left, hands it off to Wembanyama at the foul line, throws a lob up top to Castle. Henderson comes over and breaks it up. Look at Scoot go defensively as well. They hit it ahead to Kamara, inside the Holiday, cutting to the rim. Ball was knocked loose. He tries to save it over Avdija, but Castle able to pick it off. Doing a little too much there from Kamara on a bad pass. Henderson knocks the pass away from Fox. He tried to dumb it down low to Wemby, but Henderson gets him in the air and knocks it out of bounds. Look at my boy go with the defense. You thought he was just an offensive player? Look at him go reading the court, knowing what's going to happen. It was just a matter of time before the Scoot leap happened, and of course it's going to happen on the biggest stage in the playoffs because he's a big-time, give me the spotlight type of player. I'm trying to tell you. Castle has it up top. I'm so invested in Scoot Henderson doing well, man. I was so high on him during the draft process. Deni Avdija picks up a silly foul out on the perimeter against Victor Wembanyama there. Christian Blaze to Derek White and Pritchard combined 2 for 11. C's aren't boxing out. That could be a problem. TT in the morning said Blazers coming out swinging. Yes, indeed. You love to see a team down 0-1 come out swinging in game 2. Whether or not you win the game is a different thing, of course, but you love to see the fight in the competition. De'Aaron Fox coming off the screen, steps behind the three-point line. Klingon very reluctant to come out to guard him. And Fox knocks down the step-back 3. Holiday rushing it down the other end. Pump fakes it over to Klingon, back to Holiday, being guarded by Vassell, coming to his left, trying to drive it down hard on Castle in the lane, kicks out to Klingon. He just hit 1, trying to make that 2. Klingon can't get that one to go. Rebound to Castle. Castle gets it over to Champagnie, and Champagnie will bring it down. Outlet to Fox on the left wing, bringing it down. Fox turning on the Jets in the lane. Fall-away jumper over Klingon. Got it to go for De'Aaron Fox. That's 2 straight buckets, a 5-point run by De'Aaron Fox alone, and it's back to a 6-point game, 15-9. Avdija coming to his left off the Klingon screen, coming back to his right. Wemby picks him up. Avdija picks up his handle. Ball knocked out of his hands. Henderson able to pick it up. Henderson on the right wing, looking to attack to his left, crossing back over to his right. Scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go, but gets fouled by De'Aaron Fox, and Scoop Henderson is making things happen. Maybe he's going to the foul line for 2. Now you got to knock down both of these free throws, Big Scoop. Knock them down both. Alex, what's up, Alex? Who won game 1? The San Antonio Spurs won game 1 in pretty convincing fashion. Son Jen said there's no shade to the Celtics at all. What did we have here that I was like, we got to put the... Oh, Portland Big Man 3. And I think we had one other thing, didn't we? Oh, goaltend. We had a goaltend on Wemby. Chat, you're not helping me out on that. I asked you 3 times. And I had to remember it on my own. Oh, both of these are down here, by the way. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Bingo. Bingo. Might be on the way. Henderson knocks down both free throws. I love it, Scoot. I love it. He's up to 7 points here tonight, the leading scorer in the game. Here comes San Antonio, bringing it down. Harper is in the game, being guarded by Henderson. Henderson picking up full court. I love the energy, Scoot, as we approach the halfway point here, 6:40 to go. Harper down the lane to his right. They kick it out to Castle, picked up by Henderson. Down the lane to his left. He bullies his way to the basket. He gets blocked by Klingon out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Spurs here? It's going to go back to Portland here. This ain't out of bounds off of Castle. Castle not really arguing too much. I think he was more upset about not getting a foul call. But see the replay on it. Klingon gets the block. Klingon just kept his hand there and was like, if you release it, it'll be a block. And Castle ended up holding on to it the whole time and ended up throwing it out of bounds, waiting for the whistle and never got it. Avdija up top coming to his right for Klingon screen. Slinging it back to his left hand against Wemby to the rim. Wild reverse layup, can't get it to go. Klingon right there for the tip up and in. And the Portland Blazers coming out, executing extremely well in this second game. 19-9 here, halfway through the first quarter. Wembanyama likely to sub out soon. We'll see if they can keep this pace the rest of the night. Christian Blaze said, Klingon already has more points? Yup. Feel like he only had 2 points in game 1. He had 2 points going into the fourth quarter, or 0 points going into the first quarter. Klingon already got 5. He's knocked down to 3, which was huge. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Henderson. Coming to his left, loses the handle, picks back up. Coming to his right, hop step in the lane, leans in. Wild scoop layup, no foul called. Out of bounds off of Harper. Same thing happened to Harper that just happened to to Castle. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Travis, what's up, Travis? I'm in Jamaica, Portland, Caribbean countries and planet, and California, Prince country and planet. Appreciate you, Travis. Hope you're having a good time, brother. Hope you're having a good time. Under 5 to go here. Avdija in the lane, pump fake, low fall away jumper, can't get it to go. Klingon knocks the rebound out. Jeremy Grant able to pick it up. Back to Avdija. He's going to just bully his way down the lane. Throws up a tough floater. Can't get it to go. Klingon another offensive rebound. Can't get it to put back, though. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Finds its way out to Henderson. Klingon battling down there. You love to see it. Much more aggressive in the second game than he was in the first. Henderson, a rhythm dribble pull. Oh, my goodness. Scoot is going crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all about Scoot. Oh, my goodness. He has arrived, folks. He has arrived. My boy. my guy. Harper down the lane, kicks it out to Vassell. Pump fakes, driving to his left in the lane, leaves it off to Cornette. Cornette the layup, not the layup, the two-handed slam. Big time dunk there for Luke Cornette in the lane. 22-11 though, it's an 11-point lead for the Blazers. Avdija kicks it out Klingon. He's going to spot it for 3. Confident looking shot. Can't get it to go down. Battle for the rebound. Knocked over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson bringing it down. I'm locked in. Yeah, I'm locked in now, y'all. Keldon Johnson driving to his right against Avdija. Wild scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Donovan Klingon. Gets it out to Scoot Henderson. Let's keep it pushing, Scoot. Let's keep it pushing. We got 10 points in the game. We're the leading scorer of any team. Henderson driving to his left in the lane. Leans in. Stop. Turn. Spin. Pivot. Got nowhere to go. Kicks out to Avdija. Driving to his right in the lane. Leans in. Looking for the foul. Doesn't get the foul call. Rebounded by Keldon Johnson. We're bringing it down the other way. Avdija very upset with the lack of the whistles. But so are the San Antonio Spurs. You got to play through the contact. You got to get these buckets. Keldon Johnson hands it off to Vassell. Avdija picks him up on the switch. Vassell out by the half-court line. Coming to his left off the Johnson screen. Driving it down. Foul, mid-range pull-up jumper over Klingon. Got it to go for Devin Vassell. Very lackadaisical switch for the Portland Trailblazers there as Vassell knocks it back to a 9-point game. Good timeout from Coach Tiago Splitter there as we go to a timeout break. 4:20 to go here in this first quarter. Whew. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Semi-pro. What's up, semi-pro? No Wemby. Wemby's playing. Just didn't do much in that first quarter so far after he subbed out. Zane said no cameras for Henderson. Right now he can sit. Scoot got this. Scoot got this. Scoot got this. Ozahar said, Portland better man up and get a win. I'm with you. I'm with you. Tay Cowboy said, Knicks trade for Scoot this summer. Scoot ain't going nowhere. Portland knows what they got in Scoot Henderson. That's why he's starting right now. They know what they got. Mindset John. What's up, Mindset John? What a disaster last night. Bad decision by coach. Timeout was in order. By the way, you looked great last night, bro. Appreciate you, Mindset John. Here's the thing, Mindset John. The Knicks did not have a timeout. So the broadcast as well as the graphic on the TV were wrong. The Knicks did not have a timeout. The broadcast had it wrong. So that was the reason why there was no timeout there. So instead of being upset that they didn't call a timeout, we can instead be upset that Mike Brown misused his timeouts to end the game there. But in the same vein, there were so many things that went wrong for the Knicks that I'm more so upset with the rotations, the missed free throws, and the lackadaisical play from the Knicks overall, especially in the fourth quarter there. Just that said, we all knew there was no timeout. I think we talked about how there wasn't a timeout, and then when they went into it, they showed that the Knicks, the graphic, they updated the graphic. I've seen the videos on it. The broadcast went in, showed that the Knicks didn't have a timeout, and then updated the graphic coming out of the Atlanta timeout, whatever it was, before the free throws were taken from CJ McCollum. And they added a timeout to the graphic to show the Knicks had a timeout, which they did not. And then the broadcast themselves said the Knicks had a timeout remaining, which clearly they were told by whatever statistician was working there that the Knicks had a timeout. So really poor job all around from NBC. Really poor job all around. Chaos Kid said Kolek needs to play. I don't know if Kolek needs to play. Alvarado might need to play, though. Alvarado definitely needs to play a little bit more. Especially if they're going to, again, trot out a lineup with no Jalen Brunson and no Karl Anthony Towns, which I hope they don't do. It's a bad idea. Stop doing it. Just as Dad said, I guess they could have called the timeout and lost that way. Would have been worse. It would have been way worse. Oh, my goodness. Pull a Chris Webber there. Dennis O'Brien, what's up, Dennis? Great stuff. Appreciate you, Dennis. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Chaos Kid said mix things up. You can mix things up by going to a better basketball player than Jose Alvarado. We don't need Tyler Kolek. Not yet. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be upset by it, but there are players ahead of him in the pecking order. And you should go and utilize Jose Alvarado, who, by the way, is the better defender, the more pesky defender, who got into CJ McCollum a bit there and threw him off his game for a little bit. Maybe lean on him a little bit more. Christian Blaze said, JC had 5 offensive rebounds in 11 minutes. He did. I don't see that happening again. Then you would be surprised to know he has become a dominant offensive rebounding guard for the final month of the regular season, Christian. I don't know where it's come from, but he's got it in his head right now, and I kind of love it. But again, the defense, just because the offensive rebounding is good, the defense has not been good from Jordan Clarkson. He's playing hard, and I appreciate it, but... Junior Floyd, what's up, Junior? Bridges should have went straight for the basket for a layup or a foul last night. My Knicks be killing us. But it's still Knicks in 6. I got Knicks in 5, Junior. I got Knicks in 5. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the shot all we want. I don't think hoping the refs give you a call as Henderson gets in the lane, leaves it off the clean, and Lane loses it on the way up or gets blocked. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Steph Castle, lobs it up top to Harper. Layup can't get it to go, but gets fouled by Jeremy Grant trying to hustle back and contest it. And I believe Harper will go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. The shot is whatever to me. There wasn't a lot of time. He had to make a quick decision. He would rather get a decent shot off, which it's a decent shot, versus hope that the official gives him a foul call or heave up a terrible shot at the rim, which we know Mikal Bridges is not an efficient finisher at the rim. So I completely disagree about wanting him to go to the basket. The refs probably aren't going to whistle a foul there in that situation. They're going to let the players decide the game. And I don't like leaning on the officials to decide the game for you to bail you out with a foul call. Just go get yourself the basket, right? He shot the step-back jumper. He's capable of making that. He just missed it. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? Losing happens. The way the Knicks lose is another story. Very good point. It is always disastrous in a Knicks loss. It's never just, oh, yeah, the Knicks lost. Yeah, they got to play better. No, it's always a disaster. Here we go. Under 4 to go. Harper knocked down both free throws. User with the abuser. Craig Yang. What's up, Craig? Holiday step back pump fakes. Hands it off to Tybal. Tybal gets it out to Scoot Henderson. Tries to. Now gets it out to Scoot Henderson. Being guarded by Harper. Coming to his right up the screen. Henderson pulls it out. He's going to put up the 3. He's feeling it. Don't love that shot. Oh, my goodness. Is it the Scooter Sans right now? The Scoot Renaissance, a.k.a. the Scooter Sans? He's 3 for 3 from 3-point range for 13 points here in this first quarter. We have him up here for 15 points. He's going to get that right away. Scoot Henderson keeping his team alive with a 10-point lead here in the first quarter almost entirely by himself. Not entirely by himself, but almost. Almost. He's got half their points. Cornette has it up top, gets it over to Harper, fakes the handoff, keeps it, hands it off to Castle, dancing around the Cornette screen, step back 3 for Castle, and he knocks it down. Nothing but net. What a confident-looking shot for Steph Castle. They're going to need a lot more of that from him. 7-point lead for the Blazers to get it up to Clinging up top, Clinging spins, gets it over to Holiday, or Jeremy Grant on the left wing. He's tagging on the baseline, hop step in the lane, throws up the little flip shot, halfway down, but he can't get the friendly rolls. It pops off the side of the rim. Now here comes Harper bringing it down the other way, picked up by Holiday. Harper, up top, steps back, swings it over to Johnson, swings it over to Castle, goes quickly against Henderson, bullying his way past him, puts up the floater off glass, got it to go down for Castle. It was good defense from Henderson, contested it well, but it did not matter. Castle just too good. Too good of an offensive player there. And now a foul on the Clippers. They get Keldon Johnson pushing Jeremy Grant into Steph Castle there. Bonita Crane. What's up, Bonita Crane? Bruce Fowler said it was a mid-range shot. His trademark, granted, not from his favorite spot, but a mid-range shot off the dribble. Yeah, and it was a decent look. I thought he was more off balance, but watching the replay, he was on balance. He got a decent look at it. Craig Yang said they just took off 2 rebounds from Johnson. Okay. Did not notice. Henderson gets it over to Robert Williams III, who just checked in, hands it off to Grant, down the lane, in the paint, stops, gets swatted out of there by Victor Wembanyama. What are you doing, Jeremy Grant? What are you doing? That's not the guy to attack like that. Here comes Steph Castle, crosses over in the lane, kicks it in the corner. Keldon Johnson, pump fakes, fly by defense of Tybal. Tybal recovers and gets the block, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Spurs. What a block from Matisse Tybal. What a recovery. Daryl Grant, what's up, Daryl? How you let the Knicks lose last night? I didn't play Daryl. I didn't let them lose. Wemby has it up top, being guarded by Holiday. Backing him down, spin. Kicks it out to Castle in the corner over Robert Williams III. Knocks it down for Steph Castle. He's going to have to make him pay by knocking down those threes. There you go. It's a 2-point basketball game here to end the first quarter, 25-23. Henderson up top, coming to his left off the screen, dancing with it, loses the handle on the ball. It's going to stay here. It was poked out of bounds by Harper. Paper Dog, what's up, Paper Dog? Big ups, checking in. Appreciate you, Paper Dog. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Henderson on the left wing, coming to his right off the screen. Foul line pull-up jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Wembanyama the rebound. Scoot's first miss of the game. Castle bringing it down against Jeremy Grant in the lane. Throws up the lefty floater, can't get it to go. Gets his own off in the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Grant. It's going to stay here with the Spurs. Steph Castle taking over a little bit now. He's going to sub out for De'Aaron Fox. Ahmed, what's up, Ahmed? Just as it already bad enough having Streamline spam that. They get it into De'Aaron Fox, and Matisse Thybulle gets his hands on it, throws De'Aaron Fox off bounds just enough. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be off of De'Aaron Fox. Ball is going to go back to the Blazers here. Harrison Barnes is also checked in. Here comes Holiday. He has it up top, directing some traffic, calling out a set. Deni Avdija is also checked back in. Holiday coming to his left off the Robert Williams III third screen. Step back, follow away jumper, can't get it to go. Robert Williams III right there for the putback, and they call an offensive foul on Robert Williams III, pushing Wembanyama out of the way to get to that offensive rebound, and they're going to give the ball back to the Spurs here. No shot. No made shot. G4, what's up, G4? Did we see quickly in the first series, you think? In the Toronto series? Do we see quickly? I hope so. He's their starting point guard. They're going to need him. Harper down the lane against Robert Williams III, goes along the baseline, kicks it out to Fox. Fox pulls it all the way out, being guarded by Tybal. Tybal, an excellent defender. They swing it back to Harper on the little pick and roll on the guard-to-guard screen action. Robert Williams III contests it well. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Tybal. Here comes Holiday. Leaves it off for Robert Williams III. Leaves it off back for Holiday. Holiday on the left wing. Stopping, turning, spinning. He's got Holiday on him. Now in the post. He's a double team from Wemby. Crossing over to his left. Throws the lob up top, and Robert Williams III throws it down with 2 hands. There you go. And Fox will bring it down. 4-point lead for the Blazers, 27-23, under a minute to go. Fox up top by the half-court line, being guarded by Deni Avdija. Fox is going to dance with it, winding down some time, driving to his right in the lane, layup, way off. Wembanyama, the rebound, though, gets fouled, I believe, by Tybal there, and Wembanyama will go to the foul line for 2. Judge said Philly up by 11. Things you love to see, things you love to hear, things you love to read and chat, baby. Love it. Love it. We're almost at the end of the first quarter here. We're going to immediately jump over and check out that box score. Christian Blaze, what's happening, brother? What's happening? User said, we knew the Hawks were going to go at least 1 to 2 wins, so how and when they get their wins, when they get their win or wins, we Knicks fans shouldn't be upset. How they lose is always upsetting. Yes, I'm not upset that the Knicks lost. I'm upset how they lost because they completely controlled that game from start almost to finish. And the fourth quarter, for, again, by almost every metric, the Knicks have been, for the regular season, the best fourth quarter team in the NBA. And they had their second worst fourth quarter of the season, scoring 15 points. So it was an absolute disastrous ending for them. Should not have lost that game. I'm not upset that the Knicks lost. I'm upset with how they lost. Absolutely agree, user. Avdija grabbed the rebound, but gets knocked out of his hands by Keldon Johnson, and it's out of bounds off of Avdija. Wemby split the free throw, so it's 24-27, and the Spurs get the ball back on this possession. Keldon Johnson's that's not gonna show up in the box score, but Keldon Johnson gives them another possession there. Southern Gen said the closers did not close. They thought they could coast. I completely agree. Way too lackadaisical. They thought they could just, oh yeah, we'll win this one. Now we'll go to Atlanta. Now, man, you got to play full 48. We talked about it after game one. Knicks were up 19, and then suddenly it got cut to 9. Vassell knocks down the baseline pull-up jumper off the inbound, and just like that, it's a one-point game. Blazers definitely have a couple things to clean up, but you knew the Spurs weren't going to get blown out. So 17-5 run for the Spurs is not what you want to see. You want a little bit better of a lead. Holiday coming to his left off the Robert Williams third screen. Vassell stays with him. Holiday's going to pull it back out again. Holiday coming to his right off the Robert Williams the third screen, driving right into Wemby, stops, turns, loses the handle, and Wemby doesn't even have to come up with a shot block to cause a turnover. And Fox tiptoeing along the baseline, lobs it up top to Wemby, catches, throws it up at the rim, gets the foul call, and I believe he's going to go to, yep, they're in the bonus anyway, so whether it's in the act of shooting or not, he's going to go to the foul line for 2. 2 seconds on the game clock here to round out our first quarter, and Wemby can give them the lead, 27-26 here. Southern Gen said the clue. Oh, we read that one. Zane said Edgecombe giving Celtics split ends. You love to see it. We're going to go to that box score in literally 2 game seconds here. But first, Wemby's at the foul line for 2. Can tie it up. He does just that. Oh, I can see it in the top corner there. It's 72-60. Love it. So we're tied up at 27. Zane said, I still believe Combe got the edge to brush off the Celtics. Oh, my goodness. Wemby hit the first free throw. Can give them the lead here. Wemby goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Gives them the 1-point lead. 28-27. They get into Avdija, the 3-quarter scored heave, and that is going to be the end of our first quarter right there. Okay. Not bad. Where did I click? Not bad. Not bad at all. Tay Cowboy said that was not a foul with Wemby pushing him in the back. Just that said, VJ double-double still probably won't happen. VJ double-double probably won't happen. We'll take a look at it. Lead is down to 7, just like that. That's because I said I was going to check it, so of course I give them some bad luck. Paul George, 6 for 9 from the field, 14 points. He's hooping a bit. Dem Bona, 0 points. Come on to Dem. Off the bench, we got Andre Drummond, 8 points for him. Dominating the boards, yes, sir. 8 points, 5 boards. Big Andre Drummond, okay. We go to VJ Edgecombe for 20 points. 8 for 14 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3, 7 boards, 2 assists. VJ Edgecombe is hooping. Tyrese Maxey, not so much. I mean, he's hooping, but 7 for 18 from the floor for 17 points. They're going to need Edgecombe and Paul George to step up here with Maxey struggling, probably with all the defensive attention applied to him right now. Five stars said, dang it, I have 25 cents on the Blazers winning. Might have to kiss those 25 cents away, brother. We'll see. San Antonio Spurs already back. Yep, back like they never left. Bruce Fowler said, as a New York snob, not a slob, a snob, I have to admit San Antonio is an amazing fan base. They have seen championship basketball at its pinnacle. The big fundamental, they are knowledgeable, and why wouldn't they be? Yeah. I mean, look, man, when you get to watch awesome, incredible team basketball, as well as awesome, incredible, singularly talented basketball players. It's not just Tim Duncan. It's the Admiral David Robinson. It's Manu Ginobili. It's Tony Parker. It's Kawhi Leonard. All the greats that have passed through San Antonio previously. You have the best coach in the league for decades in Greg Popovich. You have one of the best run organizations overall. One of the best drafting records. Of course, they should be knowledgeable. I'd be disappointed if they weren't. Yeah, they got very passionate fans, and I'm jealous. I'm jealous of their success. It's like the fan base was raised by Pop. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it for sure. MBM said Jaylen Brown is a beast. Is he dragging back into this game? It's suddenly back to a 6-point game. Jason Tatum with 16. Brown with 23. 7 for 14 from the floor, 7 for 10 from the foul line for Brown, 7 for 13 for Jason Tatum for 16 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. Jason Tatum doing it all, though, on the verge of a triple-double here. 2 stars showing out. Bench, not so much. Payne Pritchard with 0 points, 0 for 4 from the field. Shireman's 2 for 2, including a 3. Vucevic is 2 for 2, including a 3. There you go. Going with a very short bench, by the way. Leaning very heavily on your starters. 10 minutes for Pritchard, 9 minutes for Vooch, 7 minutes for Shireman, only 3 minutes for Walsh. Whereas the Philadelphia 76ers, leaning very heavily on their bench. Andre Drummond, 19 first-half minutes. Or not first half. We're already 6 minutes into the third here. But 19 minutes overall. Justin Edwards, 12 minutes off the bench for him. My goodness. Quentin Grimes, 13 minutes, 6 points. Barlow with 7 minutes has not really done a whole lot. Does have a rebound, though. Sure, he's playing some solid defense. He's a plus 10. He was part of the unit. Probably built up a big lead. We'll see what goes on the rest of the way here. Kriston Davis. What's up, Kriston? Any live bet suggestions? I'm not a betting person, brother, so I'm not the person to ask. The best I can do for you, brother, is put up a bingo card for you. This is what I think might happen here tonight. Not what I suggest, though. Sharp down the lane, gets the lefty floater off glass. Got it to go down over Wembanyama, too. Here we go. Start of the second quarter. Let's lock in. Let's lock back in, y'all. Let's lock back in. We'll keep an eye on the 76ers-Celtics game going on. But the Blazers take a 1-point lead. Barnes has it up top, being guarded by Chris Murray. They get it over to Wemby. Little pull-up jumper in the paint. Can't get it to go down. Shane and Sharp skies for the rebound. Sharp hit ahead to Holiday, bringing it down the other way. Holiday up top. Pump fake. Stops, turns, spins. Kicks it up to Sharp. Back to Holiday. Coming to his right. Behind the back pass. Back to Sharp. Sharp being guarded by Fox. He's going to fire up that left wing 3. He's going to miss it wide right. Ball careens out of bounds. Chris Murray can't get to it. It's going to go back to the Spurs. Johnson, what's up, Johnson? Go Spurs, go. I am going to root for the Blazers here tonight. Not for the series, but kind of for the series. But not just for the series, but just I want to see a competitive series. I want to see the Blazers steal one here in San Antonio. They get it to Wemby, mid-post, being guarded by Holiday. Backing him down, leaning in, runs right through his chest, steps through, and an offensive foul on Victor Wembanyama. And this is what teams like to do. They put guards on big men in the hopes that the San Antonio Spurs or any team will run away from their offense, give the ball to the big man in the post, and expect the big man to run through the chest of the guard because you're like, well, I'm bigger and stronger than them. And that's exactly what happened right there. The Blazers baited Wembanyama to committing that offensive foul there, led by Holiday, baiting him into doing that. Holiday up top, pump fakes, over to Robert Williams III, trying to play the handoff action with Shane Sharp now. Over to him, now fakes the handoff, gets it over to Holiday, coming to his left, down the lane, step back, fall away, midi, over Harper, got it to go. Drew Holiday, still got it in his bag. His first made basket of the night, and the 3-point lead for the Blazers here. Remember, they had the 11-point lead earlier in the game. Harper leaning down against Holiday, little fall away jumper, got it to go. Nice move for De'Aaron Fox, who's getting it going here tonight. Holiday coming to his left off the Robert Williams III screen, out to Robert Williams III, back to Holiday, back to Grant. That's Grant, excuse me. Grant coming to his right off the Robert Williams III screen. They got to change their hairstyles up. Grant, the fall away midi, can't get it to go. De'Aaron Fox with the rebound, quick hit ahead to Carter Bryant for the two-handed slam. Jeremy Grant trying to do a little too much there, flopping around all over the place. User said, Chef, can I send you Knicks Chef hat to wear when the Knicks play? A Knicks Chef hat? I think I'm good, brother. I think I'm good. Grant kicks it out to Holiday. Holiday up top, swings through to his right against Fox. Now has him in the post, backing him down in the lane. Little fall away over Fox. Too strong, can't get it to go. Wembanyama the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Hit ahead to Fox. Fox turning on the Jets, crossing over against Sharp. Down the lane, blows right past him. To the basket, layup attempt, can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of his hands. No foul called. It's going to stay here with the Spurs, though. Suns Jen said, my greatest hope for the low-seeded teams is that they get to win their games for max fan enjoyment, Yeah. I mean, getting the opportunity, if you're going to lose in 5, is when Wembanyama shoots the corner 3, can't get it to go. Robert Williams, the third, the rebound. If you're going to win one game, you hope to win it at least at home. Sharp puts up the 3 in transition, got it to go. Shane and Sharp getting loose a little bit. They're going to need all hands on deck, including Shane and Sharp, who in my estimation before the injury was acting as their second best player this season. Wembanyama dancing with it against Holiday, and a foul on Drew Holiday. As Wembanyama, I don't think that was a foul, but I think he was just wildly out of control. Ends up hitting the floor. Almost turned it over. Wemby doing a little too much there. But they give him the benefit of the doubt. They call the foul. Maybe there was a foul and I didn't see it, but was definitely out of control there. It's a foul on Drew Holiday, his first foul here tonight. Wembanyama hit the floor hard. Ooh, he's still on the ground. He's still on the ground. Crandon, what's up, Crandon? Got us a good game here, thankfully. Thankfully got us a good game. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Zane said, accept the Hawks. Accept the Hawks. I'm with you. Spurs just called a timeout here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's going to pop up and jog back to the locker room. At least he got on his feet and jogged back to the locker room, but had to go back to the locker room nonetheless. NBA said Sixers playing hard right now. Yeah, we're going to go over we got a timeout here. Ooh! Hit the floor hard. Face bounced off the court there. By the way, seeing the replay there, that's not a foul on Drew Holiday. Just pulls the chair out from under him. And Victor Wembanyama trips over his own feet, trying to do a spin move on a guard there, and falls on the ground, arms by his side, face smacks up off the court. And that's why he was a little dazed and confused a little bit there for a bit. He does get up, jogs back to the locker room. Maybe he just needs to take a breather, wash his face, get looked at real quick. I think he'll be all right unless, and hopefully not, they rule something like a concussion or something. Bruce Fowler said, Wemby spends a lot of time on the floor, more than Cat. I mean, big guys falling over is kind of a constant. Nikki, I guess the Knicks aren't the only ones that choked. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Crane said, how about them Wolves come back from down 19? It was a good one. It was a good one. I got worried there for a second, Crane, and I was like, don't allow Denver to blow this game open and not let it be a fun game. And they brought it back almost immediately after they went up by 19. And then I was like, okay, cool, we got a good game to the end. And then, obviously, Minnesota was able to pull it off at the end. Crane said, well, facts say most guys Wemby size don't have long NBA careers. Yep. Although there is an exception, though, Crandon. And his name, and he's one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time. He's got to stake to that claim, and that is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's about 7'3". Right? And obviously, Wemby's taller than him, but there's precedent that a big, tall guy like that, with that body type, can survive in the NBA as long as they take care of their body in the right way. MBM said, San Antonio Spurs fans have been spoiled with the consistency in coaching and a system that works through the test of time. Love the city. Yeah, they have been spoiled. But I will say, I don't think the Spurs fans have taken it for granted, though. Granted said Yao Ming didn't last long. Yao Ming was 7'5" and built like a tree. That guy did not have pliability and flexibility, which is why when people say, oh, yeah, Wembanyama needs to add strength or needs to add muscle and get bigger. Like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't need any more weight than he has. He needs to get stronger, but doesn't necessarily need to add weight. Right? Yao Ming could barely touch his toes. Like that guy was not pliable and flexible at all. He was a stiff. A very good stiff, but a stiff. So then he said Bobo didn't last long. Bobo was not that good at basketball. That's why he didn't last long. Durson said, sports going pretty hard with anything head knocks. He probably won't be back. We'll see. We'll see. They do. I'm sure they'll give him some kind of test in the locker room and see. But marketing said, is Durant playing tonight? I do not know. As a matter of fact, I can look it up for you, brother. Let's look it up. I pulled this up real quick. It's a 3-point game, 77-74. Come on, Philly. Let's look up Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. See if they have announced anything. Oh, it was knee-to-knee contact, so it is a trip on Holiday. It is a foul. They don't have Kevin Durant on the graphic for Game 2, but so I'm going to assume no. We come out of it, and it looks like the Spurs miss. And they get it over to Grant on the right wing, driving it down. Jeremy Grant in the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Brother, you got to guess these easy layups to go down. Holiday, pump fakes, steps back for a three over Carter Bryant, can't get it to go. Robert Williams III, recovering another offensive rebound. Back to Robert Williams III, up top to Holiday. Holiday, back to Robert Williams III. He'll line up the left wing, through left corner three, and he'll get it to go down. Robert Williams III, baby. Blazers lead by 5 now. No Wembanyama. 37-32. Castle up top, driving it down against Sharp in the lane, fending him off, puts up the little floater. Looked like maybe Robert Williams III got a piece of it. He's playing excellently here tonight, and the Blazers recover the loose ball off the turnover. And it's a moving screen violation on Chris Murray on the handoff action with Holiday. Runs right into De'Aaron Fox, or Fox kind of runs right into Murray there. And either way, it's an offensive foul on Chris Murray. Cranen said, let's see the Spurs without Wemby. The thing about that, Cranen, you're right. The thing about that is playoff basketball, so it's a bit different. But the thing about that is they were excellent in the regular season even without Victor Wembanyama. Fox has it up top. Gets it over to Cornette. Cornette hands it off to Keldon Johnson in the lane, throws up the floater. Gets the nice soft touch off the front of the rim. Gets it to go down. Holiday gets it over to Robert Williams III, being guarded by Cornette. Hands it off to Sharp. Sharp driving to his left, foul line, step back, fall away. Shaedon Sharp got it to go. Smooth move from Shaedon Sharp, and again, all hands on deck. So they're going to need Shaedon Sharp to give them what they gave him in the regular season, which is around 18 to 20-ish points. They kick it up top. Steph casts another open look. Can't get that three to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked away by Chris Murray, but right to Jeremy Grant. There you go. Nice gang rebounding for the Blazers here. Here comes Jeremy Grant. He's got space to look to attack Luke Cornette. Goes right into him. Layup. Can't get it to go. No foul called. Chris Murray, the offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Nope. Ball knocked away. Castle picks it up. Off and running, pushing the other way. Castle kicks it out. Champagne in transition. They do a good job closing the airspace on him. They leave Keldon Johnson open. He takes the three. Can't get it to go. Robert Williams III, the rebound. Hit ahead to Chris Murray. Up ahead against the pack. Gets swatted out of there by Keldon Johnson, but they call a foul, and Johnson immediately signals for a possible challenge, although he's not adamant about it. I think just upset about the initial foul call. Chris Murray's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Durden said, I have not heard anything about Durant for Game 2. I just checked their social media accounts, which usually they would announce their lineups. They have not announced their lineups, but they also put up a player graphic for Game 2, and it does not show any Kevin Durant pictures. They show Şengün, they show Reed, they show Thompson. They do not show Durant. So I'm going to look up Durant's name now just to see if there's any announcement whether or not he's playing. If he's injured, is he out? Kevin Durant's status for Game 2 is up in the air. My understanding is Kevin Durant is dealing with a deep bruise in his right patella tendon. They're optimistic Kevin Durant is going to be able to return as soon as Game 2, but it remains to be seen. We'll see. I guess that's what that means. Castle blows past the defense down the lane, gets blocked at the rim for the two-handed slam, or maybe just lost it. It's 40-34. They split the free throws. Murray leaves it off for Sharp. Pump fakes, driving it down in the paint, goes in, gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Robert Williams III. Kicks it out to Chris Murray, a right wing three. He's open, comes up short. But who's that? Kamara knocks the rebound back out to Murray. He slips and falls, though. Come on, Chris Murray all over the court right now. They get over to Vassell, blows past Kamara in the lane, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, and a foul was called on Deni Avdija there. Just that said Bona Ofer? Just that said Lakers will win anyway. I don't know. What a recovery from Shaedon Sharp. They showed the replay there. Got the clean block from behind on Steph Castle there. At 70-84 here. We're just going to keep track of the other game that's on. Come on, Philly. You got 2 minutes to go in the third. You got an entire fourth quarter to pull this one off. Paul George with 15. Maxey's still stuck on 17. Edgecombe continues to hoop. He's made 5 threes tonight for 23 points. The rookie is not really a rookie. They got Jaylen Brown hooping. They got Jason Tatum hooping. They don't have much of anything else. Vucevic hooping a bit. off the bench, just a bit. They split the free throws again, but it's a lane violation actually on the second free throw attempt. I thought they got an offensive rebound, called another foul, but it's a lane violation. So another free opportunity here for Vassell, who hit the first one. He's got one more coming. Foul was on Avdija, who has 2 fouls now. He's gonna have to watch out for that. We're at the halfway point of the second quarter. Vassell does knock down the second one after being given another opportunity, and Deni Avdija will bring it down the other way. Where's my guy, Scoot Henderson? Is he back in? My guy, Scoot Henderson, is back in. I was about to say, it's been too long. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Vassell. Coming to his left off the Klingon screen. Avdija, down the lane, spins, kicks it out. Klingon, pump fake from 3. Cornet closes out hard, kicks it out to Sharp. Jab step, coming to his left, has space, kicks it up top. Klingon, wide open from 3, lines it up. Way off on that one. Loose ball. Sharp knocks it loose, but right to Keldon Johnson, pushing it the other way. He's got space. Kamar trying to chase him down all the way to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Keldon Johnson past Donovan Klingon in transition there. Back to a 2-point game we go. 40-38. And they get it over to Sharp. Sidestep 3 for him. Comes up short. Rebound to Vassell. Quick outlet to Champagnie. Champagnie bringing it down. Leaves it back off for Vassell in the left wing. He's going to take the lane in the paint. Kicks it in the corner. Wide open 3 for Steph Castle. And they're going to wave off the 3-point attempt, but they call a foul. They call a foul on who? That's it. Rockets just plain can't score enough. Very uncreative offense. Shout out Ime Udoka. Thurston said, to be honest, we should win anyways. Without Luka and Reeves, there's no excuse again. Very true. Very true. Avdija up top, coming to his left, down the lane, pump fake, steps through, floater, got it to go down for Deni. Deni, a very quiet night after a very good first game. He's up to 7 points now. Gives them the 4-point lead, 42-38. Here comes Castle bringing down the other way. Gets fouled by Scoot Henderson. Brandon L. What's up, Brandon? Wemby Schwarmer is made of plastic. First a blood clot and now a broken chin. Does he have a broken chin? Is that what they said? They get it over to Castle. Castle gets it over to Vassell. Vassell down the lane, foul line, pump fake, leans in. Vassell, low pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Maybe looking for the foul. Doesn't get it, but Luke Cornet right there for the tip up and in. Klingon, you can't get outplayed by Luke Cornet, brother. We've seen it once before with the Celtics last year. Henderson gets it over to Kamara in the corner. Back up top to Henderson on the left wing. Jab step coming to his left. Tries to throw the slip pass inside. Gets knocked out of the air by Champagnie. He picks it off. Here comes Vassell pushing the other way. Behind the back to his right. Down the lane in the paint. Layup. Can't get it to go. But Steph Castle right there recovering for the two-handed putback slam. Donovan Klingon, you got to get back, big dog. And it's 42-42 with 4:30 to go in this. There you go. 4:30 to go in this second quarter here. Tied at 42. Steph Castle up to 12 now. Brandon said his new nickname is Victor that because he's always injured. Hilarious, brother. Hilarious joke. Really funny stuff, brother. Zane said clanging off the rim. Too many turnovers now for the Portland Trailblazers. Rose said VJ handling Boston. Let's look at the box score over in that game. By the way, do we have anything here? We have Scoot for 15 points. He's got 13, so he's on the verge of that already. We have Holiday for 15. Not looking good. We can go through this at halftime. But Sharp for 20. He's up to 7 here. We'll see. Young on with the Young on. Knicks have a bag full of joking. Not a great game two from the Knicks for sure. We take a look over here. 7-point lead for Philly. End of the third quarter, built up a 7-point lead. Okay. 28 for Brown after 3 quarters. 3 for 9 from 3. 9 for 12 from the foul line. He's getting to the foul line. Jason Tatum, not so much. 16 points for him on 16 shot attempts. Not the best efficient game. 10 boards, 7 assists. Paul George, 15 on 11 attempts. Terrible efficiency there. 2 boards, 2 assists. You're going to need a little bit more from Paul George in the other categories. I'm sure he's got his hands full on the both Tatum and Brown matchups that he is going to be responsible for, along with Kelly Oubre. He's got 9 points tonight, 1 for 5 from 3 is not great. From Kelly, again, Very inconsistent with the perimeter. Has always held them back. Tyrese Maxey only 17 points through 3 quarters, and yet they hold the 7-point lead. Not bad. Obviously, VJ Edgecombe leading the way with 27 here. 27 and 9 for VJ. My goodness. 4 of them offensive. Whew. Brandon said, Blazers can't take the lead even though the Spurs' only good players out. Sure, brother. The Blazers are fantastic without Victor Wembanyama this season, but yeah, the only good player. Rose said, George throwing air balls? Is he really? Andre Drummond, 8 points off the bench, 6 boards, 20 minutes. He's getting more minutes than a Dembona, who just is not really playing well in that starting lineup right now. Maybe you have Bona out there to match up the, obviously I don't know the kind of impact Bona is having. I could just see that Drummond is playing more than him. But maybe you have a Dembona starting to match the size and athleticism of Nimi Keita and the quickness of Nimi Keita as opposed to Drummond. And then you bring Drummond off the bench to maybe match up more with the physicality of Vucevic on the glass. I don't know. Christian Blaze said, what's going on in this game? Wait, Wemby isn't playing? Wemby went out with an injury. He got tripped up, and when he fell, he slapped his face on the court. Went back to the locker room, and we haven't seen him since. I need the Blazers, Spurs to bring my blood pressure down. The C's got me hot. Hoping for a loss, Christian, hoping for a loss. Yeah, so Wemby hit his face on the court. Didn't look great. He did he was down on the floor. His teammates were trying to help him up, and he said, just let me catch my breath for a minute. But ultimately, they called the timeout, stayed on the floor. They used up all the time. He then got up on his own power, ran off the court to the locker room. So he's fine in that regard, but the discussions now are, could be a concussion, could have been dazed a little bit. So we haven't heard an update since, but isn't great. G4 said Spurs in 6 sadly, though. I mean, not sadly. I think the Spurs are expected to win. That wouldn't be sadly at all. Avdija can't knock down the little floater. Bringing it down the other way. Harper pushing. Gets the layup to go. And now the Spurs just beating them in transition. Getting defensive stops and quickly getting out and running. No Wemby out there, so they're taking advantage of their speed and their athleticism, especially with their guards. Avdija throws it away on a cross-court pass. What is that, brother? Deni Avdija having a nightmare of a second performance. They kick it out. Champagnie wide open left wing 3. Got it to go down, and suddenly it's a 5-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs coming out of the timeout. 9-0 run for the Spurs. Here comes Henderson. Henderson bringing it down against Castle. Henderson up top, coming to his left. Harper switched onto him. Henderson crosses over, down the lane, leans in the paint, step back, pump fake, spins. Off the step through, spins, ball away. Got it to go for Scoot Henderson, giving him all the moves, getting him the buckets. Man, I love Scoot. That's my guy. I love to see him hoop. He's got 15 points, by the way. So, I thought they were giving us an update on Wemby. They did not. Instead, they hit the drop-off pass to Cornette in the paint for the two-handed slam. That's why I stopped talking. I thought they were going to give us an update on Wemby. They didn't. They just recapped what happened. We know what happened. Holiday in the lane with the little post-up on Luke Cornette there. Knocks down the little flip shot on the little hook kind of shot. Here comes Steph Castle bringing it down the other way. Steph Castle at the top. It's a 2-point game now. Come on, Philly, 84-82. Castle down the lane, leans in, gets blocked by Klingon. Loose ball saved by the Blazers. Holiday hit ahead to Henderson. Henderson, one man to beat. Euros down the lane, reverse layup. Got it to go for Scoot. Scoot Henderson continues to hoop here. My guy, Scoot. I tried to put y'all on game. Y'all thought it was a joke. He's 6 for 7 from the field tonight for 17 points. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Kamara. Harper coming to his left off the Vassell screen, snaking it back to his right hand as Avdija picks him up. They hand it back off to Vassell, mid-range, pull-up jumper over Deni Avdija. And Deni, you got to step up, man. You're going to have to be a better defender than that. Lackadaisical effort defensively. Holiday crossing over in the lane, gets caught in the paint, kicks it out, extra pass. Kamara, wide open right wing 3, they need it, and they can't get it to go down. Rebounded by Champagnie, over to Vassell, hit ahead to Castle, who's turning on the Jets, one-on-one against Avdija in the paint, goes up, kicks it out the last second. Champagnie, wide open as the trailer straight away. Another one for Julian Champagnie as the Spurs go up by 6. 54-48, 2 minutes to go. Come on, timer, keep up. Timer, go. When I say go, you gotta go. Holiday has it up top, coming to his left off the Donovan Klingon screen. Along the baseline, leans in, leaves it off for Klingon. Klingon in the post, being guarded by Cornette. Trying to bully his way to the basket. Cornette stays in front, but Klingon able to power through and get the layup anyway. And we're under 2 minutes to go here. G4 said Wemby concussion protocol. Appreciate you. Out for the remainder of the game, concussion protocol, Crandon. Appreciate you. Yep. Looked like a concussion possibly. Down the lane, Castle leans in, puts up the floater off glass, can't get it to go. Loose ball rebounded by the Blazers. Here comes Deni Avdija pushing the other way. It's a 5-on-4. Deni Avdija leans in, looking for the foul, throws up the floater. And he does get the foul call. I was about to say. You got to stop flopping for these foul calls, Deni, though. You got to stop. Juicer said, without Wemby tonight, Portland will win and tie the series up. I don't know if that is definitely going to happen. The Spurs are an excellent basketball team even without Victor Wembanyama. They played plenty of games without Victor this season. They played plenty of games without Victor Wembanyama this season, and they survived, and as a matter of fact, even thrived a little bit. They were very good without Wemby. 1:30 to go here. Henderson has it up top, being guarded by Carter Bryant. Dancing with the ball. Stop, step back. Little fall-away jumper from Scoot. Comes up short. Rebound to Donovan Clingan in the paint. Little post-up. Pump fake goes up. Gets swatted out of there by Carter Bryant. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Blazers. Creighton said Wemby can't catch a break for injuries. It's always going to be something with his career. Always. When you're that big, when you're 7'5", it's always going to be a conversation throughout your career. You're always going to have to be dealing with something. A person that size is not meant to move the way Wemby moves. Henderson down the lane, gets Champagny in the air, draws the foul. Scoot Henderson going to the foul line for 2. You said, I said without Wemby tonight because the way Portland is playing. Fair. Portland playing very well. But San Antonio, they can shift into a different play style without Wembanyama and lean into Fox's speed, Castle's athleticism, and Harper's speed and athleticism and push the pace on the Blazers. So suddenly you were I would say this, it might be against the Blazers because suddenly you were game planning to play the Spurs one way, and now the Spurs may shift their play style to another way. So it could actually hurt the Blazers, which it kind of has, as the Spurs have roared back. Even when Wemby was available, when he subbed out of the game, was when the Blazers started to make their run to get back into it. Scoot Henderson does knock down both of the free throws. And the Spurs will bring it down the other way. Rose said, just making, hello, Henderson has 15 points, just making Spurs play better. Yeah, Spurs are playing better. We're going to update our bingo card in a minute. They kick it out, Carter Bryant's an open 3. Carter Bryant rattles it in. And that's the difference right now between these two teams, where the Spurs are getting open looks from 3 and they're knocking them down. The Blazers getting a couple of open looks from 3 and missing them. Avdija driving to his right down the lane in the paint, puts up the little floater, got it to go, and the foul for Deni Avdija there. It's going to the foul line for one more, blowing right past Keldon Johnson out on the perimeter. Joseph said the Spurs are killing. They are killing. Just that said, Wemby has a lot of big moving parts, no matter how young those joints are and tissues are. Yeah, a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts going on there. Chandra Williams, what's up, Chandra? Henderson has 15 points. He does, indeed. He's got more than 15 points, actually. Sir Scootington, 19 points for Sir Scoot in the first half. 40 seconds to go here. Avdija knocks down his and one free throw, 57-55, 2-point game. Fox, step back, mid-range, fall away, comes up short. Can't get the lucky bounce. Rebound over to Carter Bryant, knocked off of him. Should be back to the Blazers, and it is. I think Carter Bryant looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Definitely not going to get the benefit of the doubt as a rookie. And it's not a foul. It's just good hands from Holiday there. Carter Bryant lost his balance. Steph Castle is going to come in for the final 30 seconds. Rose bingo square? Rose, I heard you the first time. I heard you the first time. Relax. Avdija has it up top. Being guarded by Castle. Avdija coming to his left. Dancing with it isolated on Fox. Going to try and put him in the post. Driving him down. Foul line, puts up the shot. They say foul on the floor, but it's going to be a foul on De'Aaron Fox muscling up with Deni Avdija there. We got 11 seconds to go. Fox and Avdija getting a little feisty. Fox is upset at the foul call. Avdija getting himself back to the foul line. You just said it, if and when Castle and Fox get going, it's a good night for Portland. Could be. Joseph said the Blazers are doing a good job keeping it close with all those Spurs threes. I mean, you got to lean on that as Avdija knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. You're definitely going to have to lean more on your perimeter guys and your perimeter shooting, right? Christian, C's going for a New York Knicks-like three-point disaster. Let's go, Spurs. We're going to have to check in on that one. We are approaching halftime here. We got 11 seconds to go. 11 seconds to go. I'm looking up at it. 91-84, 7.5 to go. Philly with the 7-point lead. We love to see it. Avdija knocks down both. Here come the Spurs on the final, what should be the final shot of the quarter. We're tied at 57. Castle up top, being guarded by Kamara, driving to his right, down the lane, in the paint, kicks it out. They close out on Champagne. He kicks it over to Vassell at the last second, and he throws up an air ball, but a foul before the buzzer. It's a foul, I believe, on Chris Murray. Was Chris Murray in the game? Yeah, it's a foul on Chris Murray. Chris Murray, absolutely disaster of a game. I think Chris Murray has been awful tonight. Get Chris Murray out of this rotation right now. I'd go to City Sissoko before I go to Chris Murray right now. Excellent contest from Henderson. Excellent contest all around from the Blazers to force a tough shot at the end there. He threw up an air ball, and Chris Murray gets tied up with Castle there at the end. And that is very close when the foul occurs to when the quarter ends. Mike, what's up, Mike? You just said bingo board looking empty. We're going to go through it at halftime here and see what we got. We know we got Henderson for 15. We'll update it in a minute. We'll fully update it in a minute, but we'll go through it at halftime. Christian Blake said bingo cards don't fill up until the second half. Yeah, we got a lot of props where no foul because it occurred after the final buzzer there. So they catch Chris Murray and the Trailblazers catch a bit of a break there as both teams were in the bonus end of the quarter anyway. Catch a bit of a break there, and they go into halftime tied instead of down by 1 or 2 points. Madrasi said, what are your favorite teams in the NFL and MLB? Yankees are my baseball team. I'm very casual on both sides. Don't really have a football team, but Yankees are my baseball team. Zane said, Castle double-double watch. Steph Castle, 12-6-3. He's on double-double watch. He's on pace for the double-double. Felipe, what's up, Felipe? You put me on School for real, I ain't gonna lie. I tried to preach the gospel of School Henderson, man. I've been on the School Henderson bandwagon since, since I saw him in high school. And I was like, yep, that kid's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. School with 19 in the first half, Christian. 19 in the first half, he's hooping. 6 for 8 from the field, 19 in the first half. 1 rebound, no assist. He's just out there getting buckets, though. He's out there getting buckets. Mike said, again, I asked, what's up with the Knicks? They've been Jekyll and Hyde all season. It's funny you say that, Mike, because you're right. What was that Game 2 performance? But at the same time, Mike, it's exactly who they've been the entirety of the season. So at the same time, yeah, they are who they are. Sons Jen said, I made the decision to lay off the Yankees hate so I can focus on the real baseball villains. The Dodgers, I was trying to tell you, Sons Jen. I was trying to tell you, we all got to put our full hate on the Dodgers, right? You're too busy worried about the past, and you're not recognizing what's going on right now, where the Dodgers are just paying for championships. What are we doing? What are we doing? Bruce Fowler said you'd be happy to know the Yanks are blanking the Red Sox right now on 3 hits through 8. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Felipe says Scoot's been hitting all props. He's been hooping out there, that's for sure. All right, so let's go through. Actually, before we do that, let's take a quick look over at the 76ers. It's a 4-point game with halfway through this fourth quarter to go. Philly, come on, big dogs. Come on. Come on. Gamal, what's up, Gamal? You just said, I see you get your 3,000 steps in. You be moving. When I watch basketball, I got a ton of energy, right? I feel good. We're watching the game. I can give you the energy that the team has given us, that the game has given us. And in doing so, sitting in a chair is not going to work. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same vibe. I'm not going to be able to give the same energy. So by standing up, I can move, I can run around, something pops off, we can go back and forth. It also gives me all of this space to dictate what I want to do. We can go over here, we can go over here. I could really point over here, or we could really point over here. We can go wherever we want. So I love it. I love the setup we have. I wish it was actually a little bit bigger, so I can step back a little bit further. But maybe the offseason I'll figure that out in terms of how to reorient the green screen, reorient myself, all of the things, yada, yada, yada. The problem is that, like, in order to interact with the computer, I got to be up here. And then obviously the camera cuts me off up here. So if I can figure out how to pull my setup, I got a wireless keyboard, got a wireless mouse, so if I can just put like a mini kind of like table on the side, like over here or something, and then pull this stuff back, then I won't have to stand up here as close, because now I got the game up on the TV behind the setup, so I could stand further back and still recognize what's going on in the game. So again, off-season stuff, I was going to change it in season because we're doing games every single night. We don't have the time to do so. But Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Sons Jen, Kamal, appreciate you, brother. All right. Oh, look at that. Philly went on a quick run up by 8 again. There we go. Philly pull off the upset Game 2 victory in Boston. I love it. Bruce Fowler said Tatum is not on tonight. Brick City. Oof. Take a look at the box score. 8 for 19 from the field. 19 points for him. 2 for 8 from 3. Jaylen Brown, not that much better. 9 for 22 from the field for 30 points. He is getting himself to the foul line, though. 14 boards, 9 assists for Jason Tatum. At least he's doing the other things. Jaylen Brown also contributing in that regard. 6 boards, 4 assists to him. Jason Tatum on pace for a triple-double, but it might not be enough. Come on, Philly, don't collapse. Semi-pro, Wemby is the worst player to bet. I would assume so. Any player with an injury history, I would never put money on, brother. You just said install a rug for comfort. I do have a rug. I have a small rug actually behind the green screen setup. But, updates coming in the offseason. We don't really have the opportunity to update the setup during the season because we're doing games every single night. And it's gonna to change things would be a multi-day setup, would be a multi-day thing. And so we just don't have the time once the season starts. So we kind of got to set it up, go through a season of it, see what we need to change, see what worked, what doesn't work. I definitely have ideas in terms of what I want to do, but it's going to take time in order to do so, some experimentation to do so as well. I'm looking into new audio equipment, so we got a new microphone. Right now we're using the little lav mic. This is a fake mic, this is a prop mic, so I have something to do with my hands. But yeah, more updates on the way, brother. Updates on the way. Better audio, a better mic setup, more spacious room by moving the green screen back. The green screen pretty much cuts my room in half. It's a small room to begin with. It cuts my room in half. So this is as far back as I can stand. I should be able to be full body by standing all the way behind it. But as of right now, this is kind of where it's set up. And hopefully we can move it back further. But we're going to have to figure things out. Gamal said, I'm afraid these Sixers will do the Knicks thing and collapse. I'm afraid too, Gamal. Don't be the Knicks tonight, Philly. Be better than the Knicks. Pull off this victory. You're Walking Gale. What's up, Walking Gale? You think Cass can get over 38 PRA with no Wemby? They're going to play through Cass some more, so maybe. Cranen said, get well soon, Wemby. Hate to see it. Do hate to see it. Gigi said, Chevy, they wanted to run Brunson out of New York today. I hope something in his inner circle was listening and relayed the message. I hope they relayed the message. Jalen Brunson's a smart man. I'm sure he recognized, I got to be better. I got to get our teammates more involved. They got to stop the isolation thing. I got to stop trying to win the game by myself. You have talented teammates. Everything was working. Why'd you go away from it? Why'd you go one-on-one against Dyson Daniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker there? I don't like that offense. Nobody likes that offense. He's very smart. His teammates are smart. He's got friends on the team that will be very blunt with him. Josh Hart, I assume, is getting him like, brother, you better give that big man the ball down there in the post, right? And hopefully they're going to Karl Anthony Towns, but they're also like, brother, you better establish position in the post. Zane said, Walsh out there crushing grapes with that minus 14 too. Oof, oof, oof. We got to go through our bingo card as well. We'll go through our box score of our game, of our actual coverage tonight. We've got 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, though. It's a very important game, too, here. With Philly leading, you'll love to see it. Tatum, 19, 14, and 9. We just went through this, but Jordan Walsh, minus 14, 0 points, 3 boards. I mean, he's out there to be a defensive guy, and if he's not getting any shots, he's not going to put up. He's not getting any 3-point looks. He's not going to put up any points because that's pretty much the only way he plays. Sharma with only 2 points. All of them came in the first half. Pritchard with only 4. Vooch with 9. Came in the first 3 quarters. Has yet to score here in the fourth. Cato with only 8. Hauser with 6. 2 for 8 from 3. Oh, yeah. 2 for 10 for Derek White. 2 for 8 for Jason Tatum. 3 for 10 for Jaylen Brown. A rough shooting night all around. As a whole, as a team, they're shooting 11 for 43 for 26%. Absolutely shooting themselves out of the game here tonight. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it, man. You just said Durant will play tonight. He's been cleared. Nice. There you go. Felipe said Wemby's hurt. Wemby is hurt. Wemby is hurt. Cranen said, lesson Ant had to learn himself. You can't do it all by yourself. Trust your teammates, Brunson. Yeah, I mean, the thing about that, Crandon, is Anthony Edwards is far younger and has less experience in the playoffs in like those areas in which he was learning. And Jalen Brunson has had multiple years in the playoffs and, at times still commandeers the offense, particularly in closeout situations, because he's so good in those closeout situations. But, trust your guys, man. Trust your guys. Philly up by double digits. You love to see it. 4 minutes to go. Hold on, Philly. Hold on. Lewis said, what's up, Chevy? Can't you explain to me why Josh Hart is not called the timeout? Because the broadcast got it wrong, Lewis. The Knicks did not have a timeout available to them. They did not have that. And Philly knocked down a 3. Let's go, Philly. Let's go, Philly, baby. Tell me it's Edgecombe. Tell me Edgecombe put about 30 ball on y'all in the playoffs. Y'all let a rookie go off. He's got 27 points. Maxey's going off a bit now, too. He's got 23. Paul George with 19. Y'all let a rookie go off on you. Kelly Oubre, 12 points now. Y'all let a rookie go off on you, by the way. I'm supposed to be afraid of Boston, but they letting VJ Edgecombe cook y'all? Come on. People way too high on Philly. Sorry, Christian. I'm sorry. But people saying that this Celtics team is better than last year's Celtics team, I don't see it. Tatum was better last year. You had Al Horford, a veteran big man, as opposed to Kata, who's still learning on the fly here. I don't see it. I don't see how this Boston team is better than last year's team. Now, they're also having a nightmare-ish shooting game, but that is the thing with the Celtics. That's what they do. You said he didn't call because Knicks didn't have a timeout. Yes, they didn't have a timeout. The broadcast got it wrong, so the broadcast announced the Knicks had a timeout. They did not, and then they put the graphic up. The Knicks actually were out of timeouts, and then it showed in the graphic, and then they added a timeout to the graphic while who was shooting CJ McCollum was shooting the free throws that he missed. So Christian Blaze said, I had season 5 because of how fast VJ is. And you lost one at home. You have to win 2 in Philly now. And if you have another bad shooting night, which you're capable of having, Christian Blaze said he gives our best defenders trouble. Embiid actually slows them down. He does. He does definitely slow them down. Similar situation actually with the Spurs here, Christian. Obviously, different dynamic and whatnot. But when Wemby is out, the Spurs are not allowed, but the Spurs then lean into their guard play where they have Steph Castle, fast and athletic, De'Aaron Fox, one of the fastest players in the league, Dylan Harper, fast and athletic, and they can just get a defensive stop with their great defense all around, even without Wemby. They still have great defense. Not as good, but still very good defense. And if you can get a stop, they can get a rebound, they get out and run. Even if you make a shot, they can still get out and run with the speed of De'Aaron Fox pushing the ball down the other way. And that allows them to play significantly faster. So when people are like, oh, Wemby's out now, the Blazers should win, it's like, sure, the Spurs without their best player, you're in the playoffs, the Blazers should find a way to pull this game off. But at the same time, the Spurs, even without Wemby in the regular season, played extremely well without him. And now here, it just changes the fundamental way you play in terms of now you speed up the game. Now you got your guards out and running, and you're pushing the pace. And in doing so, it changes the way the Blazers' mindset were, in terms of they came out and they thought they were going to have to play one way in order to beat the Spurs to counteract the Wemby thing. And now Wemby's out of the game, and now they're like, oh, now we have to change the way our game plan is because the Spurs are now going to shift into this different way of playing where they're pushing the pace. Philly knocks down yet another 3. Line me up, Philly. I don't even know what's going on in that game, but line me up, Philly. Keep it going. Keep it going. 3 minutes to go with a 13-point lead. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's go. Celtics lose, and Detroit lose their series, and the Knicks can moonwalk to the chip. Well, the Knicks are going to have to beat their series. Let's not forget the Knicks just lost, right? So Detroit has already lost the game. Boston is on the verge of losing game tonight, though the game's not over. The Knicks lost the game. So the top 3 seeds in the East go down in game 2. Or Detroit went down in game 1, but lose home court. Lose home court. Christian Blake said, can't wait for Thursday. Can't wait. I can't wait for Thursday either, Christian. And I tell you what, my Knicks will handle business. I don't know about your Celtics, but my Knicks will handle business, I hope. Oh, my goodness. Am I nervous for Thursday, but supremely excited. All right, something we didn't do. Jelio Smith with the Jelio. Something we didn't do is go through our... Oh, my goodness. Philly hit another 3, 108-92. Christian, what is going on, my boy? What is going on? You allow a rookie to game you like that? 30 points? 6 made threes? Oh my goodness, Christian, brother. Jelio said not about to go off on Thursday. One of the things I'm concerned about, Jelio, is that Nickeil Alexander-Walker has not had a good first 2 games at all. If he has an explosive game, now you're putting the Knicks on the back foot. Now they're going to have trouble getting over the hump there. Abigail said Detroit Pistons, good game this season. They had a very good season, for sure. Something we didn't do is let's go over our box score, because it looks like, Celtics knocked down 3s back to 13. Come on, Philly. Hold on, baby. Hold on. All right, let's go through our box score here tonight on this coverage. Oh, man, why did I move this? Let's get that right back there. Let's just adjust this slightly like... Like that. So we'll leave that up over there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull that game up over on the other monitor over here. Just over on the other monitor over here. I'm going to have to do it like this. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. Are we good? We are good. I'm going to pull up the Philly Celtics game over here just to have it up on the side, just so we can keep track of it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to look at our box score over here of our game. I'm going to go through it. Christian Blade said Philly cooked this into a cheesesteak. At least the Knicks aren't the only ones to go down in game 2, Christian. Listen, Boston is going to win this series, no problem, right? I wouldn't say the Knicks are going to win their series, no problem, but hopefully they win their series, no problem as well. I'll tell you this, at least it's not just the Knicks, brother. Detroit also going down in game 1, so they're going to be tied, even if they win game 2. So they're going to be tied 1-1, going to Orlando. You'll love to see it. We're going to start the second half, and we didn't go through the box score at all. But real quick, I do know we got to update the Henderson 15 points, baby. We haven't had 2 consecutive missed free throws. Johnson 12 and 5. He's only got a couple of points. He's got off the bench, Keldon Johnson. He's got 4 and 2. Wouldn't say on pace for that. Castle needs 20. He's got 12. He's leading the way. Wemby for 30 is done because he's not going to be available. Holiday for 15, probably not going to happen. We have Sharp for 20. That's a tough one coming off the bench. I might need to lower that to 18 or something. I don't know. Curtis Painter. What's up, Curtis? All right, let's export this. We have Henderson there. If there's anything else that happened or anything that needs to be updated on the bingo card you got, let me know. And then we'll do it the first chance we get. Deni Avdija kicks it out to Holiday. Dancing with it against Vassell. Bullying his way into the paint. Leans in, lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Looking for the foul. Doesn't get it. Doing way too much grifting for fouls tonight, Portland. You got to play basketball. Fox down the lane, leaves it off for Vassell. Back up top to Fox. Pump fake, swings through to his right. Step back, fall away jumper for Fox. Got it to go. Smooth move. Smooth move. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to do this. I'm going to get rid of the bingo card. We're going to keep the other game on the other monitor here. Looks like Maxey knocked down another shot. They got a 16-point lead with a minute to go. I love to see it, baby. And they got their end of the bench guys in, and the Celtics are waving the white flag. You'll love to see. Things you'll love to see. Boston losing at home. Avdija driving it down the other way, draws a foul. He's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Avdija getting his way to the foul line now. All right, we can get rid of the game now. Boston's going to go down. Boston's going to go down. Crandon said, how about Deni for 25 since Wemby's out, or Fox for 25? I mean, Wemby played, so I'm going to leave Wemby up there on the bingo card. We have a goaltender? We did have a goaltender, and we filled it in. We're going to leave it where it is. We also have Deni Avdija props on here anyway. We have Avdija for 30. Somewhere. Don't we have Avdija for 30? Do I not have Deni Avdija up here? Dude, where's Deni? I definitely have Deni on here somewhere. How did I forget Deni Avdija? All right, so we'll change Wemby from 30 to Deni for 30. I'm 9,000% sure I had Deni Avdija on here. Okay. We'll change it to Deni then. My bad. He should definitely be on the bingo card, for sure. So we'll just change the Wemby to Deni thing. That's on me. My bad. Now let's lock into the game. We're a minute into it. They swing it over to Kamara, who just got a block on Cornette. Driving it down to his left against Castle in the lane. Throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Rebound knocked out to Fox. He's going to turn on the Jets and drive it down. Loses the handle, picks it back up, driving it down. Windmills past Deni Avdija, draws the foul, and Fox will go to the foul line for 2. 3 fouls on Deni Avdija. That's a problem. Cranston just calling it out, Sheppy. You're good. You're good. I was almost 1,000% sure Avdija was on the last bingo card, and this is the same exact bingo card. I just mixed the position of everything, so I assumed he was on here. I don't know how I missed that. I must have replaced it with something and then forgot to put Avdija back on the thing. So we are going to fix that problem as Fox is at the foul line. He knocks down the first free throw. We'll fix it at the first timeout break. We'll just change Wemby to Avdija. Rated TNIG. What's up, Rated? We gave an obvious win away. Boston and Detroit got owned from whistle to whistle. What a satisfying ordeal. Yeah, all the top 3 teams are going to go down at home and end up being 1-1 going on the road. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Fox knocks down both of the free throws. They get it over to Kamara, left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Kamara bouncing on the rim a couple of times. Kamara continues to not give them any lift offensively here in this series so far. They're going to need it desperately. Fox dancing with it against Henderson. A little fall-away jumper over him off glass. Got it to go for De'Aaron Fox there. He's starting to heat up here. He is the second all-star on this team. They're going to need him. They're going to need him pretty desperately in the absence of Wemby as well. Judge that the East is weak. Let's face it. I think it's the opposite, Judge that. The East is very strong. They have very strong lower-end teams as opposed to the West, who have pretty weak lower-end teams. Just that said, Sixers off until Friday is good for them. Also, I guess. I mean, it's buying them time to maybe get Joel Embiid back in this series. We'll see. San Antonio goes up by 6 here. 10 minutes to go in the third. Excuse me. George Person. What's up, brother? Freeway Hustler. What's up, Freeway? Sixers won. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Kamal said, I think the Hawks will close the series in MSG. Hope not. Just that said, our home loss was the least exploited. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks just kind of beat themselves a little bit there. Obviously, the Hawks had to win the game at the end. They had to go out and win that basketball game. McCollum hits the clutch shot at the end, misses 2 free throws, and then the Knicks missed their clutch shot at the end. But, yeah, the Knicks, for the most part, were shooting themselves in the foot all night long. Crandon said, does that mean the Thunder lose tonight? Probably not. Also, the Thunder don't play tonight. The Rockets play the Lakers. The Thunder play tomorrow. But the Phoenix Suns, shout out my guy Suns Gen, just not that good. Also, they're matched up against the best team in the NBA, so there's that. Jay Chang, what's up, Jay Chang? Avdija missed 2 consecutive free throws in the third quarter. Did you miss 2 consecutive free throws? I think he did, because he was at the foul line for 2, and they have yet to score in the third quarter. You're right. You're right, Jay Chang. Appreciate you, brother. You're right about that. You missed 2 consecutive free throws. So that's another one. Where is that? Down here. Boom and boom. All right, let's go through the box score, too. I said we would go through the box score, and we didn't, but let's update that first. Boom and boom. Boom and boom. So we have Avdija for 30. We're going to swap that with the Wemby one. We'll do that during the next timeout breaks. I don't think we're going to have enough time to do it, but we'll do that. Madrasi, the Yankees win? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. School Henderson win 19. We already have that. We have, what else? A travel has not been called yet so far tonight. A successful challenge. No challenges have been called. No jump balls yet. No shot clock violations. Wemby for 30. We're going to change that to Avdija for 30, which he should be on here. And I'm disgusted to myself that I don't have him on here because he was on here the last time. Any player for 3 blocks with no Wembanyama seems somewhat unlikely, but Klingon's got 2. A couple players with 1. Yeah, everyone else with 1. So Klingon with 2 is our best chance right now to get any player for 3 blocks. We have a 4-point play. Castle for 20 seems likely with no Wemby. Castle's going to have to take a step up here. He's got 12. We have Fox for 25. Again, seems pretty likely with no Wemby. Likely gets 25. Then he's going to need to. Rhythm dribble pull up 3 for, let me watch these highlights real quick. 111-97 is the final. Philly over Boston there. You love to see it. Johnson for 12 and 5 off the bench. He's yet to come back in. He's got like 4 points or something like that, so that's not looking great. Player fouls out. Possible. Avdija is picking up foul after foul after foul here tonight. Vassell for 3 threes. Devin Vassell with 0 threes. He's 0 for 2 from 3 tonight. We have Holiday for 15. That one's not looking great either. Bray, what's up, Bray? Raiders said only team beating the Knicks in the playoffs are the Knicks. I tend to agree, brother. I tend to agree. Great way of putting it. They get it down low. Grant with the layup. Can't get it to go. He's going to the foul line for 2. Fung Pei said, Wemby got hurt. Wemby got hurt. Keep crying, Houston. What's up, Houston? Castle will travel soon. Mike said, we need New York sports to come back up in a huge way. We do indeed. We do indeed. Rated, back to his comment, only team that could be the Knicks are the Knicks. They need to stop ignoring Cat and make decisions that make sense. Yeah, I don't think they're annoying Cat, but they definitely freeze him out at times. You gotta play through Cat more often, man. It doesn't have to be every time, but we gotta keep him involved. Grant knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Comic Band Dixie? What's up, Band? What's up, Comic? How many points do you predict Deni will score with no Wemby? Deni Avdija has 12 points right now. Probably, we could just double that and say at least 25. Under 10 to go here. Grant knocks down both free throws. Castle up top, crosses over to his right. Foul line pull-up jumper for Castle. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Cornette had it. Knocked out of bounds, though, by, it looks like Henderson and Klingon collided there to keep it away from Cornette. And it goes out of bounds off the Blazers, so it'll stay here with the Spurs. Columba Cade. What's up, Columba? Just finished watching the 76ers completely dominating the Celtics. And it must have been a beautiful watch. We should have watched that game instead of this one here tonight. Not that this is a bad game, but man, that 76ers Boston game would have been great. I just did not have faith in Philly. Happy they were able to pull it off. Fox's step back 3, can't get it to go. Clinging the rebound over Cornette. Now here comes Drew Holiday bringing it down. Coming to his left off the Klingon screen in the mid-range. Leans in. Little fall away. Jumper in the paint. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Champagne. Klingon rips it away for the two-handed slam. Donovan Klingon asserting himself on the inside. And it's back to a 2-point game. In the absence of Wembanyama, you're going to need Donovan Klingon to assert himself inside. Luke Cornette should not be enough to keep you off the glass, big dog. Castle coming to his left. Has it in the paint. Leans in. Draws the foul. And Castle will go to the foul line for 2. Ricardo Cepeda. What's up, Ricardo? NBA Cup champs are good, but Knicks fans want the Larry O'Brien trophy. Yeah. The NBA Cup was just step number 1, man. Ozar said Trailblazers don't get swept. Absolutely. Just that said Wemby concussion protocol. Yep, we saw that earlier. Whew, that was a big one. Excuse me. Freedom Express with the subscription. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Appreciate you, big dog. Brandon said, is that a sneeze? I'm also allergic to Boston. Yeah, pretty much. Castle split the free throws there. 61-64, 3-point game. Henderson has it on. Step back 3 for him. Misses it. Rebound Kareem back out to Klingon. Klingon gets it out to Jeremy Grant up top. Grant coming to his left, dancing around the Klingon screen, now coming to his right on the re-screen, driving it down. Attacking Cornette, leans in. Ball knocked out of his hands by Fox. Is going to stay here with the Blazers, but they have 2.9 on their shot clock. Just that said, White, Brown, Tatum, and the other colors could not hit a 3 there. Was a lid on it. That is the Boston Celtics at its core, man. Why they lost. Klingon has to heave it up there with the shot clock winding down. Barely grazes the rim on the opposite side. Vassell with the rebound. Here comes Vassell bringing it down against Grant. 8:30 to go here. Vassell all the way up top. Going to run the pick and roll with Cornette. Coming to his right off the screen. Vassell in the lane, kicks it out. Harrison Barnes wide open right corner 3. Barnes can't get it to go. Luke Cornette the offensive rebound though. They kick it out, swing it back over to Vassell. Vassell gets it to Castle along the baseline, being guarded by Holiday. Spins off of him, loses it, spins back the other way in the paint, kicks it out to Barnes in the corner. Ran up the line by Grant. He'll take the baseline, steps through, floater over Klingon. Got it to go for Harrison Barnes. Nice job by Barnes not to settle for the 3. Not like he could get it off anyway. It was a bad pass, but able to take that baseline and get the layup anyway. Holiday has it up top, being guarded by Barnes. They lob it down low to Jeremy Grant, and they throw it away. Fox just out-muscling Jeremy Grant for positioning there. Grant, you got to be better than that. They get over to Castle. Castle with the pass fakes, being guarded by Henderson. They go over to Fox, being guarded by Grant. Trying to blow past him, now trying to dribble past him. In the lane, loses the handle on the ball. No foul, just a turnover. Quick outlet to Henderson. Henderson bringing it down. Going to slow it down a little bit, wait for his guys. Henderson pulls it out to the corner. Cross-court pass. Extra pass to Grant Williams, gets blocked by Vassell. Grant Williams is being terrible right now. Holiday recovers the block 3, though, and heaves it up there from the left wing, and he knocks it down. Big time shot. But Grant Williams, bit of a disaster here. The Blazers aren't going to be able to survive with performances like that. Here comes Steph Castle coming off the screen. They lob it up top to Luke Cornett. Gets knocked out of the air. Cornett was looking for the foul. He doesn't get it. This is a playoff basketball. You got to play through it. They get over to Kamara in the right corner. Pump fake, jab step. Jab step. Kamara pump fakes again and jab steps again. Now he's coming to his left in the lane. Leaves it off for Holiday. Shoves it over to Clingan. Clingan can't get the dunk to go down. No foul called. That one definitely felt like a bit of a foul. And we got a technical from Tiago Splitter. That is 100% a foul in the Clingan dunk attempt. He got undercut there. Very deserved technical for Coach Tiago Splitter. Somebody should have picked it up. The game was getting a little too overly physical. Like, there's a point where you allow physicality and you're just overlooking certain fouls. You gotta throw a bone every now and again. Games get a little over the top here, and this is how players get hurt. So Vassell will shoot the technical free throw. And he misses the free throw. Crandon said, getting out muscled by Fox is like getting beat up by your little bro. Yeah. Absolute terrible situation to end up in where you can't get post positioning on De'Aaron Fox. And not because De'Aaron Fox is being feisty and coming from behind you and getting good positioning. No, he just moves you out of the way with his strength. And you go flopping around looking for the foul. Zoe, what's up, Zoe? Let's go Blazers. Rated said, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you, brother. Sheffy, earn respect doing back-to-back games over the weekend. Talk about commitment. Appreciate you, Rated, man. Hope you're having a good time. And in reading the comment, I missed what happened, but it's a turnover on the Spurs. Ball's going to go back to the Blazers here. It's a 2-point game, 6:48 to go. And here comes Henderson. Henderson up top being guarded by Harper. Coming to right off a double screen. Henderson driving it down, pulls it back out. Gets it over to Clingan, back to Henderson. Henderson driving to his left in the lane. Low pull-up jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Scoot. My guy Scoot with 21 points, leading the way tonight. Scored more points than anybody else here tonight. Harper down the lane and draws the foul on Scoot. Just that said Fox was surprised on that play. He was. But that was Jeremy Grant trying to... Oh, that's a foul on Dylan Harper right there. And instead they gave the foul to Scoot Henderson. Henderson's going to go to the bench now. He's got 2 fouls. Clingan also going to go to the bench here. They bring in Robert Williams III. I actually really like the way Robert Williams III has played tonight. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. See if he can continue that here in the second half. Tybal has subbed back in here. He's trying to guard Harper. They switch it. They swing it out. Extra pass. Castle trying to get it out. Tybal jumped the lane and knocked it out of bounds. Excellent read and react there from Matisse Tybal. Man, if that guy can put the ball in the basket even just a little bit, maybe knock down an open 3, boy, oh boy, would Matisse Tybal make so much money in the NBA. He's such a good defender. They get it into Carter Bryant, hand it off to Castle. Castle on the baseline against Robert Williams III. Leaves it off to Carter Bryant. Hop step in the lane, little fall away jumper. Can't get it to go. He does get it to go. Gets a nice soft bounce off the side of the rim, and he gets it to drop down. Now here come the Blazers trying to respond. Holiday in the lane, lobs it up top. Robert Williams III catches it, goes up, and throws it down with 2 hands. The Spurs are going very small with no backup center. They're playing Keldon Johnson pretty much at center here. Trying to spread it out and run a small ball lineup in the absence of Wembanyama. Now Cornett goes to the bench. What do they go to? And a foul. No, a double dribble. And we're going to count that as a travel. We're going to count that as a travel. Keenan Hara, what's up, Keenan Hara? Go Blazers. I would like to see every series tied up at 1 game apiece. Right? I would love to see that. Except obviously Toronto could not handle their business. Holiday fires up the straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Rebound, offensive rebound to Robert Williams III. Kicks it back out to Kamara. Kamara gets it over to Holiday. Jab step coming to his right against Carter Bryant. Gets caught in the air. Kicks out to Matisse Tybal. Right corner 3. We need it. Way too long. Can't get it to go. Quick outlet to Dylan Harper. Good boxing out from Keldon Johnson there and Robert Williams III. They kick it up top to Castle. Hesitates from 3. Swings it out to Harper. Being guarded by Kamara. Jab step, pump fake. Jab step, driving to his right. Leans in. Little fall away jumper over Kamara. Got it to go for Dylan Harper. Smooth move. 70-68, 2-point game. Back and forth they go. We got a good basketball game here. Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Crandon said, Spurs remind me of the Celtics when Wemby isn't on the floor. They depend heavily on jump shots. They do indeed. Holiday in the paint, kicks it out. Tybal, extra pass to Kamara, taking the baseline. Kamara going up, wild reverse layup. Got it to go down, though, for Toumani Kamara. Tied at 70, under 5 to go in this quarter. Timer about 30 seconds behind, but we'll catch up. Castle has it up top, coming to his left off the barn screen. Castle being guarded by Sharp, dancing with it, crosses over to his right in the lane, trying to bully balls away to the basket, gets the layup and the foul, and Shannon Sharp there got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and Castle will go to the foul line for one more free throw. I'm going to give us the travel here on our bingo card. I'm going to give us the travel there. Castle at the foul line for one more. Castle on his way to 25. Or 20. We need only 20 for Castle. Only 20 points for Castle. On his way to 20. So Castle at the foul line for one more. Castle is sitting with 15 points. So pretty likely he'll get it. As he knocks down the free throw. 73-70, 4:30 to go. Why did I stop the timer when we're not caught up? 4:30 to go. Farm Boy TV, what's up, Farm Boy TV? Avdija up top, coming to his right off the table screen. Pulls it out, coming to his left. Robert Williams III. Avdija crosses over on Carter Bryant. He switches out onto him. Now crosses back over to his left, trying to attack. Stop, turn, pump fake, leans in, steps through, kicks it out to nobody. But Tybal able to recover. His shot clock winding down. He's got to put the ball on the floor. Kicks it out. Henderson's got to fire it up at the buzzer. Way off on that one. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Gang rebounding by the Spurs. Loose ball. Avdija chases it down. Goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Spurs, though. Helter-skelter play, but it'll stay in possession of San Antonio here. Mike said, dude double dribbled all day. Farm Boy TV said Royal Rumble 2026, Knicks 1-1, Celtics 1-1, Pistons 0-1. Anybody's ball game every day. Good morning, Sheffy from the Philippines. What's up, Farm Boy TV? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Playoffs already going haywire, and I love it. I love it. So we've caught up. Just over 4 minutes to go here. Fox will inbound it. Gets it into Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant up top. Keeping it. Hands it off to Champagnie. Champagnie driving to his right. In the lane. Leans in. Puts it up off glass. Got to go. You rarely see Julian Champagnie off the bounce offense like that. He goes to it there, and he gets a little bank shot to go down. It was well defended, but better shot for Champagnie there. He's up to 8 points. He's knocked down 2 threes along with that layup. Scoot Henderson just crosses over down the lane, gets fouled, going to the rim. What an explosive move from Scoot Henderson. He just hit the one crossover, exploded on the one hard dribble, got to the rim, went for the dunk, but got pushed from behind, misses the dunk, but he'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mike said, Blazers are getting this? I hope so. Kratos and NBA, you got to call that, good Lord, dude looked like a 5-year-old dribbling for the first time. Henderson at the foul line for 2 free throws. Scoop misses the free throw. Did he hit the other one? Misses both free throws? 2 consecutive missed free throws for Scoop. Brother, come on, big dog. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Henderson. Harper coming to his right, off the screen, and they call the foul on Shannon Sharp. No, they call the foul on Champagnie. The foul is on Shannon. The foul should have been, I should say, on Shannon Sharp, because he definitely pushed Champagnie there into Harper. But they call the foul on Champagnie instead. And the Blazers catch a bit of a break there. Mitch Johnson's going to use a challenge. It's an excellent use of the challenge there. Excellent use of the challenge. It's exactly what the challenge is for. Hughes says Spurs will win by 3. I mean, it's a 5-point game right now. It's been back and forth so far here tonight. Could go either way. Crane said second guy usually gets called for whatever reason. Yep, for whatever reason, the refs just tend to miss the first one, man. Durston, Scoo, he's hooping. Durston, he's hooping. My boy has come alive. 21 points for him tonight. Where would the Blazers be without my boy Scoo showing up? Deni 4 for 9 for 12 points. Not enough, brother. Not enough. Not enough. We need Holiday for what, 15? Holiday for 15. He's got 9. Could still happen. Drew Holiday can still get there. We already got our Scoot Henderson for 15 prop. We need Avdija for 30, which ain't going to happen. He's got 12. Well, we could have an explosive fourth quarter. Possible. If he closes out this third quarter strong. Crandon said Scoot's back must hurt. It must, man. It must. Trisdad said, you doing a game tomorrow or not? We are doing a game tomorrow. It's the playoffs. There's no reason to take a night off. It's the playoffs. We'll rest when the playoffs are over. By the way, Philly took down Boston. I know we talked about it already, but I just wanted to point it out again. We'd love to see it. Shout out my guy, Christian Blaze. We have not heard from since that game went final. Shout out my guy. So this is the only game we're going to be doing today. I just don't think I have it in me to do another Rockets-Lakers game. I don't know if I got it in me. The last one we did was rough. It was rough. Just that both games are kind of weak. I do know both games are kind of weak, but we will do Magic Pistons. We will do Magic Pistons. I expect the Pistons to come out with their hairs on fire and look to really take down the Atlanta Magic, but I kind of expected that in game one. And it was a close game. So we're gonna do Orlando taking on the Pistons, and we're gonna leave it at that because I think this will be in yet another blowout. Thunder are just too good for the Suns, unfortunately. But we're going to do Magic Pistons tomorrow. That should be a fun one. That's an early start time, 7 p.m. Normal start time. We'll probably actually be able to get some sleep. And then Thursday, our Knicks play. So we're going to do at least a game every single night. Rated said Brown saves his challenges like they're going to roll over to the next game, or he's worried about maintaining his top win percentage in challenges this season. It's the playoffs. Gotta live like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think he's consistently nervous about losing challenges because when you lose a challenge, you lose the timeout. Right? So he likes to kind of... Here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and then it's not going to make any sense because of what happened in Game 2. Or, yeah, what happened in Game 2. But he likes to regiment his timeouts usage, only use them when he has to use them in terms of if a team's going on a run and you got to call a timeout, or use them in specific times that are pre-planned and whatnot. So he doesn't want to have to use a timeout to use a challenge. He's risk adverse, which I do not like in that regard at all. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Rated. I hate the way he uses challenges. I hated it all season. Use more challenges, even if it's just to send a message to the officials like, hey, look at this. You're allowing this level of contact to go on. He did not use a single challenge this year to send a message to the officials, and I think that's valuable to do so, and he didn't do it all year, and I really hate that about his coaching style. Mike said the Knicks played like the Knicks last night. Unfortunately, yes, because they have done that all regular season, but they've been Jekyll and Hyde. Crandon said, Thursday we both play Sheffy. It's all about the Knicks and Wolves. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. I love that the Knicks and Wolves, Crandon, the Knicks versus Hawks. Obviously, I'm doing all the Knicks games as Champagne misses a free throw. It's a successful challenge, by the way, so that's another thing on the bingo card. I love that our Knicks series coincides with the Nuggets-Timberwolves series. Probably the two best series in the first round. Two most entertaining series in the first round. So I love that. Champagne does at least knock down the second one, but we'll update our board real quick. Boom, there we go. There we go. So here we go. Champagne did knock down the second free throw at least, giving them back the 6-point lead. Avdija up top, hands it off to Sharp, exploding to the rim, all the way to the basket. Wild scoop layup, can't get it to go, but a foul is called on Fox, and he's going to send Sharp to the foul line for 2 free throws. And it feels like the officials are going to start blowing a lot more whistles here. A lot more whistles. Also, you guys didn't see this? Or I think you did, right? I think you did. Yeah. We'll be live on Thursday. By the way, 7 p.m. start time for our Knicks on Thursday. So, okay. A little bit earlier in Atlanta there. And then we have the late game, Nuggets-Timberwolves, tipping off at 9:30, I should say. Tipping off at 9:30. Shane Sharp at the foul line. He's knocked down the first one. He's got another one coming. Raiders said, agreed. Reminds me of Mike McCarthy. Always played not to lose as opposed to playing to win. Yep. Packers fan was. Yep. Very, very much feel that with Mike Brown, for sure. I'm with you. Nikki said, do you think Knicks will come out different Thursday or no? I do. Do you agree with the sentiment that Brunson was playing hero ball in the fourth? A little bit, yeah, definitely. A little bit. His processing was not very good. Robert Williams III contesting it well against Keldon Johnson there, then grabs the rebound. Here we go. Sharp did knock down both free throws. It's a 4-point game, 76-72. Sharp pump fakes, gets it over to Avdija up top. Avdija coming to his left off a ghost screen from Robert Williams III all the way to the rim. Gets the scoop layup to go for Deni. User said Orlando players match up well against Detroit. Unfortunately for Detroit, the series will go 7. I hope so. I hope so. Vassell up top, swings through to his left, down the lane, back to his right hand, kicks it out. Carter Bryant pump fakes, blows past the defense to the basket, gets chased down, blocked by Robert Williams III. Avdija gets a running start, swings it out to Kamara, tried to throw the extra pass to Henderson. Henderson recovers it on the left wing, jab step, driving to his left along the baseline, stops, turns, pulls it back out. Henderson has it on the left wing, calm, cool, and collected. Henderson dancing with it. Mid-range pull-up jumper in rhythm. Got it to go. My guy Scoot is hooping. Man. Literally, this is the greatest thing that happened outside of Knicks winning, right? Outside of the Knicks, this is the greatest playoff moment of the season so far. I can't believe my guy Scoot is announcing himself to the NBA world in a playoff series against the Spurs. I love it. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Spurs. 78-76 here. I can't believe it. You just said Brunson play hero ball every game. He just scored like we're used to seeing. Yes, but when it's not going that way, user, when the shots aren't going down, and they weren't all night, let's do the thing that has worked all game long. Should be able to play multiple ways. You have extremely talented players on your team. Avdija dancing with it, pump fakes in the lane, kicks it out, Shaedon Sharpe, pump fakes, blowing past Castle, kicks it back out to Deni. Ball gets knocked loose, shot clock down to 2. Deni Avdija, he's going to heave it up from the half-court line, sets his feet and fires, throws up a brick, can't get the rebound though. Decent look, decent opportunity there. Here comes Fox, considering the situation. Crossing over, has a full head of steam in the lane, pump fake, puts up the little floater, can't get it to go. Robert Williams knocks the rebound to himself, hands it off to Scoot Henderson, and Henderson will bring it down. Henderson, the star of the show here. 2-point game, 78-76. Henderson over to Robert Williams III, has it up top. Ball knocked out of his hands, he recovers it. Robert Williams III gets it over to Avdija. Avdija gets his pocket picks by Dylan Harper, gets it over to Castle, off and running. Reverse layup, can't get it to go, but a foul on Robert Williams III. Why do I say his entire name every single time I got to say his name? I'm not entirely sure. It just makes sense somehow in my brain. Somehow, for some reason, I have to say the full name, Robert Williams III. Bruce said, Sheffy, I'm telling Mo you cheating on him. If Mo gets playoff minutes, Bruce, I might jump out of a window. Bruce, I will rip this green screen down. I will punch a hole in the wall if Mo gets playoff opportunity. But he's not getting the playoff opportunity, and I don't think he will get the playoff opportunity. Scoot Henderson getting the opportunity and making the most of it right now. And I also did say outside of my Knicks, Bruce. Outside of our Knicks, my Knicks, your Knicks, our Knicks, this Scoot Henderson renaissance going on right now, as Castle misses the first free throw, he's got one more coming, is blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. I can't believe it. I held on to Scoot stock so long. People have been out on him. People have been telling me you got to sell your Scoot stock. And I said, no, he gonna make the comeback. This kid's legit. And he's showing out. As Castle misses back-to-back free throws, here comes Henderson bringing it down. We got about a minute to go here. Henderson has it up top. Coming to his left, off a Kamara screen. A pull-up three for Scoot, knock me down. Ooh, halfway down, but he can't get it to go. Rebounded by Castle, bringing it down the other way. We are under a minute to go now. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Henderson. Young guard on young guard here. Two guys trying to establish themselves in the league. Harper gets it over to Castle. Castle being guarded by Avdija. Castle driving it down. Tries the Euro pass Deni. Gets blocked by Deni Avdija. Ripped away by Robert Williams III. Quick outlet to Holiday. Home run pass to Scoot Henderson. Left wing three. He's feeling it. Scoot is feeling it, man. Scoot is feeling it. He has arrived. I'm trying to put y'all on Scoot game, and y'all keep talking down on my boy's name. He continues to let it go. 26 points for him here tonight. He's going to lead the way. He is the truth. He is, you know what? They should have drafted Scoot over Wemby. I'm saying it. Spurs messed up, and Scoot's showing them right now. He said, y'all pick Wemby over me? Y'all pick Wemby over me? Harper, the little pull-up foul line jumper, got it to go. Dylan Harper said, my goodness, I'm here too. Dylan Harper said, hello, I'm here too. Avdija to bringing it down. Just that said, Harper has 10, that's a spot. Is it 10 or is it 15? 15 for Harper off the bench. Avdija can't get the little jumper to go. Rebound. Gets knocked out of the air, but that'll be the end of the third quarter there. We got 12 minutes left, 80-79. Throw 12 minutes on the board, may the best team win. You said Durant will play tonight. I did see that. User. Durant will play tonight. It was a game-time decision. He's ready to go. Crandon said, Chevy out here like Scoot. The Knicks need you. Man, I'll tell you what, man. If Scoot Henderson never ended up on the Knicks, I may not have a voice. I may lose my voice with excitement. Randy, what's up, Randy? How's it going, brother? How you feeling after a disastrous Game 2 ending? Sons Jensen, there's only one villain. There is only one villain. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? Orlando matches up well against the Knicks too, so if we get there, it's tough either way. Yep, but we got to get there. But you'd have to get there. Knicks lost Game 2, so you can't look ahead of anybody or anything. All right, let's take a look at our score here, at our board. We have, I do want you guys to see the board, so let's do it this way. We have Holiday for 15. He's sitting with 9. Possible. 6 points in the fourth quarter. Not out of the realm of possibility. Still have a jump ball available. We did have a jump ball. We did have a jump ball. See, you guys are not letting me know what's going on with the bingo card. We had a jump ball already. We did have a jump ball. I remember it. Shot clock violation, which we have not had here tonight. Wemby for 30. We're going to change that to Avdija for 30 since Wemby went out with the injury and there was no Deni Avdija on the board for some reason. Crazy that I didn't do that. Where's my Deni prop? 30. Deni was on here for 30. And for some reason I removed him. Any player for 3 blocks? The closest we have Tamani Kamara has 2 blocks. Klingon has 2 blocks. Outside of that, everybody else is 1. So that's our best bet for that. Castle for 20. It's Castle sitting with. Villanette TV with the Villanette. Let's get this win tonight, Lakers. 2-0 on the Rockets, man. It's going to be tough. Randy said, I'm going to be straight up with you. I know you love JB, but he needs to pass the ball, man, for real. I love JB, yeah. And he absolutely needs to pass the ball. 100%. Commandeered the offense way too much in that fourth quarter. I get putting the cape on and everything. I'm with that all day, every day. But when you don't got it, but you also got to, can't be isolation the whole fourth quarter. Sons Jen said, I'll be honest, the bingo font is hard to read on my screen. Is it? Is it hard to read? Well, let me see if I pull the screen up on my phone. Yeah, it's pretty hard to read on my phone, too. Yeah, I could see that. I'd have to switch it over to landscape to see it better, but I can still see it here. It's the font that is on the bingo website. I don't change the font, right? So we'll see if I can make an easier way of making a bingo card going to next year. But for now, bingo cards are kind of being made on the fly here. So Bruce Fowler said, NFL MLB, not uncommon to be out for a minute with a concussion. Yup. This could get dangerous for Wemby, for sure. Concussions, sometimes it's like a week protocol, right? If he's in concussion protocol, it's like a week, maybe more. Randy said, I feel so much better watching Boston lose. Absolutely, Randy. That's the energy we need, right, Randy? At least Boston went down. Now, and if San Antonio goes down here, I know no Wemby, but if San Antonio goes down here, majority of these series are tied up at 1-1. The only team that did not handle business was Toronto. They're down 0-2. Sons just said, just explain why one might lose track. Yeah, which is why I also want to, working on this too. Put it up here on the full screen. So we could do that too. When we go through things, maybe have a smaller box for the box score. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a bingo card screen, right? A different scene for the bingo card so we can go through it easier. But here we are. The fall away baseline jumper for Harrison Barnes there is an air ball along the baseline. And here we go. We're back into it. Set ourselves up. 12 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game. They swing it over to Tybal. Back up top to Grant Williams. Now over to Henderson. Henderson coming to his right. Off the Klingon screen. Driving down, stop, turns, kicks out to Klingon. Klingon with the pass fake, swings it out to Tybal. Tybal up top, swings through to his left. Shot clock running down over to Grant. Grant dancing with it against Cornette. Back over to Tybal. Left corner 3, deep in the corner. Tybal at the buzzer, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Klingon able to grab it. Takes it up top. Grant, a no-dip straightaway 3. Way off, shoots up an air ball, hit the side of the backboard. And the rebound careens over the Spurs, and then get it over to Fox. Fox on the left wing, picked up by Henderson. Over to Vassell with deep straightaway 3. Not a deep one, but a high-arcing straightaway 3. Can't get it to go in transition. You get it over to Cornette. Able to grab that long offensive rebound. And Cornette gets it over to Castle up top. Castle being guarded by Tybal. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Off the Cornette screen. Foul line. Kicks it in the corner to Barnes. Taking the baseline. Pump fakes. Gets Klingon up in the air. And Klingon just comes down and hacks away. Make sure he doesn't get any and one opportunity there. He's going to send him to the foul line for 2. Randy said, I'm in Mass and I'm loving it. Happy for you, brother. I'm happy for you. Sons Jen said, I read that one. Crandon said, hey, Boston, how was the Bell treating you? Barnes knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Randy said, if we take care of business in Atlanta, I can see New York coming out of the East. So far, it looks like anybody can take it. Yep, absolutely agree, Randy. Absolutely agree. All these teams look to be on even playing field. Anybody saying one team is better than the other is biased. All these teams look like to be on even playing field right now. It's going to come down to matchups. Holiday in the lane tries to throw up a floater over to Klingon, but gets knocked out of the air. Portland able to recover it, though. Holiday settles for the mid-range jumper off glass, can't get it to go. Holiday's been disastrous tonight with some of these shot selections. Drew, brother, you got to knock some of these down. They hit ahead to Fox, who loses the handle, picks it back up, pulling it back out, kicks it up top to Castle. They give him space. He shoots a straightaway three, throws up an air ball. Cornette with the offensive rebound and gets fouled by Klingon. Whew, some serendipity there for the San Antonio Spurs, but Portland Trailblazers just got to be better getting to these loose balls, man. San Antonio is beating Portland to all of the 50-50 possessions right now. Trapped in the 90s? What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Did you hear Boston falls again? Yes, they do. Off of the same thing that had them losing last year. Terrible shooting, over-reliance on the three-point shot. What's up, Not KHZ. What's up, Not? Happy to see you again, brother. Crandon said all these teams have flaws. Playoffs are all about minimizing them. Yep, trying to minimize your flaws as much as possible while exercising your advantages as much as possible. You said we're friends again, my boy, till Thursday. I'll take it. Tybal on the left wing, driving to his right down the lane, tried to throw it down over Cornette, just lost the ball on the way up. Terrible drive from Tybal there, ends up in a turnover. Vassell on the right wing. Being guarded by Avdija, coming to his left off a Castle screen, a mid-range pull-up jumper over Klingon, got it to go for Devin Vassell. Just like that, forgot to give them their 2 free throws, by the way, that they knocked down. Holiday tried to split the defense, turns it over, they shovel it over to Vassell, he's going to go the other way. Avdija chasing, layup for Vassell, can't get it. Fox pump fakes, lays it up, and the foul after he got Avdija up in the air on the pump fake. And Fox will go to the foul line for one more with 9:30 to go. Just like that, a 1-point game, balloons up to 8. And Fox will go to the foul line to get a possible 9-point lead. You said Trailblazers so bad? I mean, they're the 7th seed for the reason, brother. 7th seed for a reason. Crandon, 3 straight turnovers. What are you doing? You got to get my guy Henderson back in the game. That's what's happening. You got no point guard out there. Drew Holiday, love you, but he's about 9 gajillion years old. Get him out of the game. Maybe not get him out of the game, but get a real point guard in there. Get my guy Scoot back in. You're gonna have to close this one out. Now you're gonna insert my boy Scoot back into the game and be like, hey, can you carry us to a victory? Come on, man. Randy said, you wouldn't trade JB for Deni straight up? Deni who? Who is Deni? Deni Avdija? Absolutely not, brother. If we're talking about Deni, no. I wouldn't even trade OG Anunoby straight up for Deni. Brother, I wouldn't even trade Deuce McBride straight up for Deni. Brother, I want nothing to do with Deni Avdija. That's just me, though. This is what you want? No Victor Wembanyama, he giving you 14 points on 12 shot attempts? I'm good, brother, I'm good. Brother, I wouldn't trade Mo Diawara straight up for Deni Avdija. Who's on the G League team for the Knicks? I wouldn't trade anybody on the G League team straight up for Deni Avdija. I'm exaggerating here, but no, I don't want anything to do with Deni Avdija. No. Deni Avdija is not half the player Jalen Brunson is, brother. I wouldn't trade Karl Anthony Towns for Deni. I wouldn't trade OG Anunoby for Deni. No, I think Deni is a very good basketball player. I think he puts up numbers on a very mediocre team. I don't think he's a very good defender. I think he whines and complains his way to the foul line, and you're seeing here in the playoffs that does not work. There's no Victor Wembanyama out there, and as a star player, you're failing your team right now. I'm good. Das, what's up, Das? You'd trade him for a couple sandwiches and a cold pizza? Here's the thing, Das. I really like cold pizza. So I don't know. I value my cold pizza. Randy said he's going to be very special. I don't think he is. I think he's going to be a solid basketball player. He's going to make an all-star game or two. He's already made one. He's going to make 2 or 3 all-star games. I don't think he's going to be that special. I think he's really solid. I think he's on that borderline star level player. But maybe he'll make an all-NBA team, maybe 1 or 2. But I think that's about it. Villanette TV said, I'm sure Bridges could go for Deni. Nah, I'm keeping Bridges over Deni too. Have you seen Nickeil Alexander-Walker's stats during this series, brother? Deni's not doing that. Deni's not doing that at all. You just said, Yankees win tonight against Boston. What an excellent night. It would feel much better if the Knicks had won last night. But instead, we got to wait till Thursday. But at least, Jericho Johnson. What's up, Jericho? I look Code Pizza too. I love Code Pizza too. Trouble is I eat it at 3 a.m. Yup, absolutely. Not good to eat at night. Absolutely, brother. I'm with you, Jericho. Yup, that's my issue too. Right? There's always at least like 2 or 3 slices left over. Man, I open up that fridge, 2 a.m. in the morning, going to the bathroom, coming out. I look over the fridge and I go, I know there's pizza in there. And I know I don't have to waste time putting it in the microwave. Kills me, man. Kills me. Terrible for you. Terrible to eat that late. I'll probably eat like 2 of the 3 slices either, as well. I'd probably eat 2 of the 3 slices as well. Clinging the straightaway 3 as we're back into it, misses it. Fox knocked down his and 1 free throw, so we got 9:16 to go. Let's lock in. User says, stop harping over the loss and never ignore Yankees victory over Beantown. One team's in the playoffs right now, one team's in the regular season, brother. I got to lock in with the team that's in the playoffs right now. Castle gets to finish over Klingin. Henderson in the lane, kicks out to Kamara, pump fake, sidestep, mid-range, sets himself, Klingin. Kamara, you got to get a shot up. Hits Avdija, cut into the rim, lobs it up to Klingin, a bad pass for Deni. Avdija goes over the top of Donovan Klingin. We got to get some passes going through. Here we go. Barnes is on the ground on the floor the other way. Still has yet to come back to his team. It's a 5-on-4. They leave it out to Cornette. How does that happen? And the foul for Luke Cornette. How does that happen? Harrison Barnes, who's very injured, holding his wrist right there, never went back to play offense with his team. He's going right back to the locker room. It's a decent loss for the Spurs here. They already lost Wemby. How does that happen, guys? It's a 5-on-4 the opposite way. 4 offensive players and 5 defensive players, and the San Antonio Spurs get a wide open dunk under the rim off some beautiful ball movement and cutting. And they end up with an and 1. What an absolute ridiculously disastrous defensive possession there for the Blazers. Cornette knocks down the and 1 free throw. The Blazers don't deserve to win this game. Scoot does, but the Blazers don't. Henderson bringing it down. I'll pull up 3 for Scoot. Comes up short. Rebound, knocked out of the air. It's going to stay here with the Blazers. That said this one is over. I can't believe it's a 4-point game. Is it? It's not a 4-point game. It's a 14-point game. How did that happen? My goodness, that was fast. I can't do math. It's a 14-point game. Yeah, it might be on the verge of being over here, but I can't believe you had 5 defenders trying to guard 4 offensive players, and you give up a straight line drive to the rim and a wide open drop-off pass along the baseline and an and 1 dunk. What an absolute disastrous defensive possession. They get it into Robert Williams III up top. Fakes the handoff. Hands it off to Jeremy Grant. Down the lane, in the paint, lays it in. Got it to go, and the foul for Jeremy Grant. There you go. Creighton said, Scoot for McBride, do you pull the trigger on that? I would trade Jalen Brunson for... On the opposite end of that, I'm trading Jalen Brunson for Scoot Henderson right now. Right now. Give me Scoot. I'm trading Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns for Scoot Henderson straight up. I'm building my whole team, my whole franchise around Scoot. Whatever picks the Knicks got left, throw them in that deal too. Blazers not asking for it, I don't care. Take them. Take it all. Just give me Scoot. Take whatever I got. Take all the money out of my pocket, too. I'll pull up my wallet. Be like, what you need? How much money you need? You know what? Take my debit card. I'll give you my PIN. Take it all. Just give me Scoop on the team. That's all I need. That's all I need. Foonpay said, I can't support your Scoop fanfic. It's my guy, man. People have doubted. The problem is people have doubted Scoop for too long, and I'm trying to preach the gospel of Scoop Henderson, and people weren't listening. Now y'all are seeing the vision. But my guy got to step up here. He got 26 points. He's not fitting for the field. If he pulls off this comeback, but obviously we're going to have to see how this game plays out. Vassell, foul line pull-up jumper over Robert Williams III. The three-point shot has not been there, but the mid-range shot has been there for him. Here comes Holiday, bringing it down to his left. Off the Robert Williams III screen, spinning to his right. Stop, turn, spinning to his left. Down the lane, lefty layup, got it to go. Okay. 95-84. Here comes Castle, bringing it down against Holiday. Castle driving to his left. And Holiday picks his pocket. Vintage Holiday. Hit ahead. Kamara, left wing three, rattles it in. Just like that, it's an 8-point game. Hold on. Hold on. Old man Holiday still got something to say about it. He still got something to say. Milo Marcellus with a thumbs down. Listen, obviously I'm exaggerating. Just Dad said we got a game now. Hopefully. We get a timeout. We'll see how the Spurs respond after this timeout, but the Blazers not out of it yet. 7:28 to go. More than enough time. More than enough time. Let me blow my nose real quick. Holiday with 11 and 8. Henderson with 26, a rebound, and 0 assists. This ain't good enough, brother. Where are the intangibles? Where are the other things? Are you a point guard or are you a scorer? I know you can score. You're putting the ball in the basket. Appreciate you, big dog. Where's the other things, Scoop? Where are the other things? You know what? One step at a time, Scoop. I got you, big dog. Jeremy Grant, 5 points, 1 for 9 from the field. A disastrous night for him. Robert Williams III. He also missed that. No, he did. He knocked down the and one free throw. Robert Williams III, 7 points, 9 boards, 3 assists. I think he's been spectacular tonight as the backup big. As a matter of fact, I've actually liked his minutes more than I've liked Klingen's minutes for the most part. Tamana Kamara has not given them a ton of offense at all. But he did knock down that 3 there. They're going to need him to bring some modicum of offense to this team. Castle with 18 points over on his side. Vassell with 12. Champagny with 9. Keldon Johnson with 4. Carter Bryant with 7. These are the players on the court right now. Cranston Spurs is known for blowing fourth quarter leads in games they had lost. They blew that fourth quarter lead they had against the Knicks in the NBA Cup. I'll tell you that, Crandon. Vassell 12 and 10? Wow, Vassell 12 and 10. There's the double-double right there. I didn't even think to look at rebounds for Devin Vassell, because why would I? But Devin Vassell rebounding the heck out of the ball. Kamal said, I like close games. I love close games. Love them. That's what we're here for. We got the double-double. Where is that? Down here. Boom, boom, and boom. Boom, boom, and boom. Bruce Fowler said, fans may think owners want championships. What they want is home playoff games. What they want is money. Majority of these owners don't care about competition. They care about making money. More games equals more money. Yeah. Yeah. The Bulls owner very famously, something came out a couple of years ago, but very famously said he doesn't really care about getting to the playoffs. He cares about getting into the play-in, because that gives them a share of some of the play-in money. Of some extra money and extra extra games to play, and he makes more money off of it. But then he also doesn't want to spend a lot on the team, so if he makes a team decent enough that's under the cap to get him into the play-in, he can make some more money without ever jumping over the salary cap. So, feel bad for Bulls fans, man. Feel bad for Bulls fans. Cranston, get Grant out of this game. Yeah, he's been pretty disastrous. I actually would rather Tybal in the game. Jeremy Grant is giving you nothing offensively. I'd rather Tybal, who also isn't really giving you anything offensively. But at least he's giving you fantastic defense tonight. Mike said, owners want nothing but money. Most of them. I wouldn't say all of them. Most of them. Majority of them. Rated said Bulls just fired the head coach too. I don't know if he was fired. I know they parted ways. I don't know what that means. in the sense of, like, was he fired? Was he not? I don't know. Robert Williams III and Kamara combined for a block on De'Aaron Fox there. They get over to Kamara. Pump fakes. Gets over to Holiday. Holiday, the straightaway three, a big-time shot. Got it to go down for Drew. It's a 5-point game, baby. 95-90 with 7 minutes to go. Avdija on the bench. 8-0 run for the Blazers to get back into this one. Harper coming to his right, down the lane, pulls it all the way back out. He's being guarded by Robert Williams III. They get it over to Carter Bryant, over to Champagnie, over to Fox. Jab step, coming to his right, in the paint, kicks it out to Carter Bryant, in the paint, kicks it out. Keldon Johnson, wide open right corner three. Got it to go, responds right back with a 3-point basket for Keldon Johnson. 98-90 as we are approaching the halfway point here. 6:30 to go in the fourth. Scoot Henderson has it up top, being guarded by Champagnie. Henderson, coming to his right, off a Holiday screen, leans in, loses the handle, picks it back up, kicks it out to Holiday, jab step back, another three, a terrible shot. Looked like he got blocked by Champagnie there. Not a good shot there, but shot clock was winding down. Too much meandering from the guards. Holiday and Scoot Henderson doing too much out there on the perimeter. Get into an action. They hit, Keldon Johnson hands it off to Fox. Curling off the screen, kicks it out. Extra pass, Carter Bryant wide open right corner three. He can't get it to go. Skying for a rebound is Kamara. Quick outlet to Henderson. Henderson bringing it down. Henderson on the left wing, coming to his right up the Robert Williams III screen, pulls it back out. Dancing with it, lobs it over the top. Robert Williams III can't get to the pass, and it's a turnover. Henderson, brother, big dog. He's looking at Robert Williams III, and he's like, couldn't get to that pass. It's a bad pass, big dog. Ziggy Barrow, what's up, Ziggy? Give the Frenchman some respect. Who's that? Who's the Frenchman? Oh, to Garcia? Shout out Garcia in the chat. He said, I hate your hat? You hate the chef's hat? You don't mess with chefs, brother? You don't mess with the chef style? The chef hat? Harper bringing it down, being guarded by Avdija on a switch. They get over the top to Champagnie. Champagnie on the left wing, pulls it back out, gets it over to Harper, being guarded by Avdija. Harper, up top, dancing with it. Driving to his left, crossing back over to his right. Stop, pop, straight away. Mid-range jumper over Avdija, can't get it to go. Avdija with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. It's an 8-point lead for the Spurs. We're past the halfway point. Avdija dancing with it up top against Bryant, coming to his left off a Williams screen, driving it down in the lane, stop, little pull-up floater, jump shot looking thing there from Deni. Avdija comes up well short, rebound to the Spurs, and then walking it down the other way. Fox up top being guarded by Holiday. Blowing right past him up top, turning on the Jets. Down the lane, gets fouled by Henderson, who had to come over on the help side. And they're in the bonus, so free throws anyway, regardless of if he's in the act of shooting or not. Ziggy said, I want the Blazers to win. I would like to see it. I would love to see it too. D, what's up, D? Deni hasn't scored under 20 points dang near all season. All of a sudden, he can't score. That's what happens when you're over-reliant on foul baiting your way to free throws, D. That's what happens. That's what happens. Right? At a certain point, you're going to have to rely on skill and getting a bucket. And Deni having a tough time doing that. Fox split the free throws, 99-90, 9-point game, 5 minutes to go here. Avdija gets it over to Williams, hands it off to Henderson, down the lane, in the paint, Euros, scoop layup, got it to go, rolling around on the rim. What a finish from Scoot Henderson there, who again has announced himself here. He's got 28 points tonight. Here comes Fox bringing it down. Fox up top, being guarded by Kamara, coming to his right. In the lane, he's got space, picks up his handle, over Robert Williams III, comes up well short, fight for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. What's the call here? It's a jump ball. It's a jump ball. We have jump ball on our bingo card already. Chris 9, what's up, Chris? Just that's it. Mikhail, worst trade for modern Knicks, Cat best trade in Knicks franchise history? Depending on if they win a championship, brother. Crandon said, Deni going phantom even with Wemby out. He had a very good game one. Gelio, what's up, Gelio? We'll take those 6 picks. The Mikhail trade? Yeah, I mean, the Knicks definitely overpaid. They knew they were going to overpay. Ziggy Bear said, this win was promised to Deni 1,000 years ago. Christian Blaze said, damn, there's 16 total blocks in this game. Good stuff, despite no Wemby. Most of them coming from Portland. And nobody with 3 blocks either. Everybody's still with 2 and a bunch of 1s. If we go over the Spurs side, no 3 blocks, I assume. We do! No, that's steals. Steals for Fox. 2 blocks for Champagny. Everybody else with 1. All the starters with 1. Garcia said, are you apolitical? No. Well, this is a basketball channel. What does politics have to do with basketball? Just that said, get Booker done, bigs and wings. Get Booker done, bigs and wings. Like you want Booker on the Knicks? Deni with 14, he's not getting the 30, obviously. Holiday with 14, he can get the 15 on a bingo card here. Henderson with 28, blew right past our 15-point spot for him. The Spurs win the tip. 4:30 to go. Fox has it up top. 7-point lead. 99-92. Fox being guarded by Holiday. Coming to his right. Avdija switched onto him. Fox dancing with it. Crosses over to his right. Step back. Fall away. Avdija right there. Forces the miss. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. He's going to say it's off of Castle. They're going to give it to the Blazers here. And they're going to inbound it quickly. No challenge. Blazers will bring it down. 4:15 to go. Henderson has it up top. They get over to Kamara. Kamara on the right wing. Gets it over to Robert Williams III. Hands it off to Avdija. Coming to his right. Kicks it out to Kamara. Right wing 3. He's got space. He fires. And he rattles it into Monty Kamara. Big time shot from Kamara there. It's back to a 4-point game. They're right back into it. We're under 4 to go here in this fourth quarter. Castle bringing it down against Holiday. Castle swings it over to Cornette. Cornette up top. Hands it off to Vassell. Coming to his right. Down the lane. Stop. Has him in the post. Fall away jumper over Avdija. Got it to go. That mid-range pull-up jumper for Devin Vassell. He's getting into it all night, and he's knocking it down. Avdija has it up top being guarded by Castle. Deni Avdija gets it over to Holiday. Holiday swings through to his left. Driving it down in the lane. Leaves it off. Robert Williams III, a floater. Got it to go down. Nice little set play there. And we get a timeout in a 4-point game. Here we go. Here we go. Just that said, this is like an overtime. Back and forth they go. Why is my timer so far behind? We got 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Brandon said, what a joke of a team. Happens, brother. Just that said, 6 is 2 possessions technically. Technically, yeah. Blazers really injured the Spurs. Only good player and still lost? You must not watch a ton of Spurs basketball, brother. Spurs got a ton of good players. Multiple All-Stars. Keith said, Scoot has a good game, but had 0 assists. Yep, not good. He doesn't have a full complimentary game. Absolutely. Only one rebound for Scoot, 0 assists. Not good enough. Not good enough. I'm gassing Scoot mostly as a joke, but yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. Walking L said, I need Castle for 7 more points, rebounds, or assists. Castle sitting with 18 points. He's not going to get to, what do we have from 25? No, 20. We need one more basket for him. Holiday, he's stuck on 14. We need one more basket from him. Vassell for 3 threes. He hasn't had any. He's getting to the mid-range shot. We haven't had a shot clock violation. Sharp, not going to get 20. I'm going to have to lower that to like 15 or something for Sharp. Fox for 25. He's only got 17. Johnson for 12 and 5 off the bench. He didn't get that. Nobody's fouled out yet. We haven't had a fail challenge yet. Barnes and Champagny. Barnes goes out with an injury. They don't have 5 combined threes. Bingo card looking a little rough right now. Not on the verge of bingo anywhere. Vassell, another follow-away jumper. Can't get that one to go down. Good box out and rebound from Robert Williams III. Holiday hit ahead to Kamara. Kamara on the left wing. He leaves it off for Holiday. Coming to his left, driving it down, steps back, pump fakes, got nowhere to go, picked up his handle, throws a tough bounce pass. Kamara dives on it with Vassell, and it's going to be a jump ball. That's a tough pass, man. Chris said, I need Deni to get 7 more points. Deni has what? 14 points, need 21 at least. He's going to have a huge fourth quarter here. We are just under 3 minutes to go here, 2:54. Ricardo said, how's Jimmy Grant doing right now? Not good. He subbed out of the game. 1 for 9 from the field tonight. Blazers. Are they going to do another jump ball? We're going to do another jump ball. It was a bad tip, a bad jump ball there. The Blazers win the tip. They get it over to Kamara, over to Henderson, down the lane, and he gets tripped up, and it's a foul on Fox. Whew. Four-point lead. They're not in the bonus, so it's still side out of bounds. Henderson has it up top, being guarded by Fox. Coming to his left, a pull-up three from Henderson. Got to go, Scoop, with a 30-ball here tonight. He's hooping. I'm trying to put y'all on game. It's a one-point game, 2:30 to go. It's a one-point game, 2:30 to go. Fox has it up top. Gets it over to Cornette. Kamani chasing Fox on the handoff down the lane, kicks it out. Castle, left corner three, well contested. Holiday got a piece of it. Kamara with the rebound, hit ahead to Holiday, bringing it down. Holiday in the paint, gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Robert Williams third. Back out to Holiday, coming to his left, hands it off to Henderson. Catches, pump fakes, jab step, swings through to his right in the lane, in the paint, kicks it out. Robert Williams a third of three. This is crazy. Throws up an air ball. Holiday with the rebound, and he lays it up and in. And the Blazers lead by 102 to 101 here. 102 to 101. Under 2 to go. 12 to 2 run for the Blazers here. Holiday guarding Castle. They get over to Cornette. Cornette up top. Hands it off to Fox. Step back. Pump fake. Kicks it out to Vassell. Back to Castle. Castle being guarded by Kamara. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left. Stop. Turn. Spin. Fall away jumper. Tough. Comes up short. Long rebound. Cornette chasing it. Out of bounds. And it's going to be out of bounds off of the Blazers. Going to stay here with the Spurs with 1:30 to go. Oof. Dad said Holiday falling late now. Yours said they're going to lose if they don't give Fox the ball. They're giving Fox the ball. He's not coming up. He's not coming through when they need him most. Cornette up top. Keeps it. Gets it out to Fox. Coming to his left off the Cornette screen. Down the lane in the paint. Throws up the floater. Comes up short. Long rebound. Henderson chasing it. Loose ball. Vassell knocks it loose. He picks it up. Vassell dribbles it back out. 1:17 to go. A little over a minute to go. They get it over to Castle on the right wing. Coming to his right. Off the screen. Castle in the mid-range. Leans in. Step back. Puts up the fall-away jumper. Comes up short. Throws up an air ball, actually. Cornette the offensive rebound. Back inside the Castle. And it's a shot clock violation off the air ball. And it took a while, but we got a shot clock violation. We got a minute to go. The Blazers with a 1-point lead, and they get the ball back. Holiday. Also with 15, we got bingo, by the way. Just like that, we got bingo. We got bingo, Crandon. Deni Avdija has it up top. Under a minute to go. Avdija coming to his left, off the screen, driving it down, in the lane, pump fake, stop, turn, spin, got nowhere to go, kicks it out to Holiday, coming to his left, down the lane, pump fakes, leans in, draws a lot of contact, no foul called. Robert Williams battling for it, loose ball, the Spurs pick it up. Vassell bringing it down against Holiday, has it up top, gets it over to Fox. Henderson knocks the ball loose. Fox able to pick it up, back to Vassell. He's missed all night from three, misses that one there. Rebound to Holiday. He's going to hold it with 30 seconds to go. Holiday will bring it down, being guarded by De'Aaron Fox. Holiday has it up top. Spurs not using a foul. There's about a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Avdija has it up top. He's going to wind down the clock as much as possible. Coming to his right, off the Champagne screen. Bump, Euro, down the lane. Hangs onto the 1 foot. Lobs it up to Robert Williams III for the dunk. And the foul for Robert Williams III. It's going to the foul line for one more. What an ending here for the Blazers. What the ability from Deni Avdija, driving it down, takes the 2 steps, hanging on the 1 foot. If he brings the other foot down, it's a travel. Hanging on that 1 foot, draws Cornette over, tries to contest it. Deni just gets the lob pass right over the top, over to Robert Williams III for the 2-handed slam. My goodness. Williams misses the free throw. It's a three-point game. It's still a one-possession game. The Spurs grab the rebound and call a timeout. He could have put it out of reach there. He could have put it out of reach, but he misses the free throw. DB4, what's up, DB4? Christian, let's go. Time Lord Williams. Former Celtic, brother. Former Celtic. Coming through when you need it the most. Just that to the round one of missed free throws. Yup. Kenar said, Scoot's coming out party. I wish he would give us a little bit more other than the scoring, but I'll take the scoring one step at a time. We'll figure out the rest of the game as long as you're showing this right here, brother. 31 for Scoot Henderson tonight, leading the way. Huge threes, man. Huge threes tonight. Angelito, what's up, Angelito? Chris said, the one time I have Deni in my parlay and he does this. It looks like they're going to sub in Chris Murray for Deni here. Spurs are likely to come out with Champagne, Vassell, Castle, Keldon Johnson, and Luke Cornett here. You said, I told you earlier, no Wemby tonight, no victory for the Spurs. Game's not over yet, brother. It's a three-point game. We'll see. Rom 4-0 to Rom. He said, Deni, come on. Need 4. Just that's a Drew's line is crazy. 16, 5, and 9. We got bingo, by the way, y'all. We got bingo. We'll hand out bingo gifts at the end of the game here, whenever it ends. Just that's a need a quick 3. You could go for the quick 3 or you could go for the foul. Also, here's the thing. You might need the quick 3. You're right, because if you are the Blazers, you might look to foul intentionally here to avoid them shooting a 3. So 11.4 on the clock. Castle gets it into Vassell, and he gets fouled by Holiday. 2 free throws. So Vassell to the foul line for 2. Astrocat, what's up, Astrocat? Happy to see you again. Kenar said, yeah, I like fouling in this spot. I hate that it works. I hate that it's a smart play. It is a smart play. You should do it. You're supposed to do it. I hate that the game is not decided on the players. The game is decided at the foul line. Let the players decide the game by shooting it. Villainette TV said, Scoot coming through when it counts. The Scooter rival game, man. We're here. We're here, baby. Vassell knocks down the first free throw. Probably going to knock down the second one and just play the foul game, I assume. Knocks down the second one. And another timeout here. One for the Blazers. So after this timeout for the Blazers, both teams will still have one timeout remaining. Tay Cowboy said, if Portland wins today, they go back to San Antonio 2-2. We'll see what happens with Victor Wembanyama, who's in concussion protocol. Once you enter protocol, that's usually about a week. So that is about 3 games. They could be playing both of the games in Portland without Wemby. And they could come back to San Antonio 2-2. This could end up going 6 when a lot of people thought maybe a 4 or 5 game series. Yuri said, you got to make them score. Score there is no 4-point basket either. Hit the 3 or don't. Simple. I agree with you here. Here's the thing. If they do hit that 3, now you're tied. Now you have to score. All you have to do now is inbound the ball, and they're going to foul you, right? So it is the smart move to foul. Absolutely. If you're trying to win the basketball game, you foul. But I love, play basketball, right? It is taking away possible buzzer-beating shots away from us, you know? All right, here we go. After the timeout, they got to inbound it. This is the tough part now. You got to inbound it. You can't get trapped. You can't turn it over. They're probably not going to foul right away because there's 10 seconds on the clock. They'll go for the steal first, and if they don't get it, they lob it over the top to Holiday. He'll dribble it out. Ooh, behind the back on Harper. Lobs it down low. Kamara in the paint. Pump fakes. Trying to dribble it out, but gets fouled. 5 seconds on the clock. What a play from Holiday. Holiday hit the crossover on Harper there. But Kamara will be at the foul line for 2. Can you trust Kamara at the foul line? Probably the biggest free throws of his career so far. Keenar said, what's up with Wemby's health? He took a hard fall earlier in the night and smacked his head off the court, and he's in concussion protocol. MEM said, Philly, thank you. Kamara knocks down both free throws. Timeout for San Antonio. Still a 3-point game. Still possible. Still possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this away. So these are the lineups we're likely to come out with. Actually, the Spurs might come out with an extra shooter, but I'll tell you guys when we come out of here. The reason I'm going to pull this away, we're going to go with a blank screen, is because the NBA tracker is slightly ahead of my stream and has been updating all night slightly ahead. I've been doing a good job of not avoiding getting spoilers, but I'm going to pull it away because what will happen is it'll show final, and then I'll know whether they hit the 3 or they missed the 3. So we're going to go with a blank screen here. We're going to go with spoilers. Spoilers off. Keep crying Houston said Fox is going to choke. You got 5 seconds to go here. Spurs use their final timeout to advance the ball. Portland likely going to try and foul again right away off the catch. So if you're San Antonio here, instead of acting like you have 5 seconds on the clock, you have to think that you have to reorient the way you're viewing this is you have 1 second on the clock. You have to catch and shoot here for the most part. Christopher Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Give it to David Robinson. I don't even know if I would want to give you got to hit a 3. Here we go. Castle gets it into Vassell. Left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Portland picks it up. And that will be it. Portland steals it here in San Antonio. Holiday threw it up in the half court and got it to go down anyway. Doesn't count, obviously, but that's it. That's it. Vassell had to heave it up there from the corner. Can't get it to go. And not only do the Knicks choke in the fourth quarter, the San Antonio Spurs choke in the fourth quarter. The Boston Celtics ended up choking here tonight. We got bingo, so shout out everybody in the chat. Let's give our bingo gifts away now. Where are we at? Let's do that now. Let's go around the league as well, like I said. Sunshine said to Crandon, maybe I'm confused given the odds of deleting it. Chris said no more parlays with Deni. Not said Boston choked the whole game, pretty much. Spurs choked the fourth quarter. Boston choked the whole game. Matisse Thybulle, they're showing the replay on the jumper. Excellent defense. Allergies kicking my butt, y'all. Allergies kicking my butt. All right. Let's get ahead. Where are we at? There we go. Not said Scoot clutched up. Yes, indeed he did. 31 big old points for Scoot Henderson. A coming out party to say the least. Christian Blaze, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Kinahara said, well, it's not like they beat the Spurs with Wemby. Still, you're in the playoffs. It's not like in the regular season you're like, well, they didn't have the best. You're in the playoffs. You got to play the team ahead of you. It's series tied at 1-1. You need 3 more wins to advance. And Wemby, you know, Kinahara, if he's in concussion protocol, that might be at least a week. He might hold it, based off of protocol, just not even off of being released, just being in protocol for concussions, could have him out for about a week. We'll see. They might fudge the rules a little bit to be able to get Wemby back out there. But we'll see what they rule. Concussion protocol is at least a week in the NFL. You're at least 1 week. So we'll see. I don't know if the NBA has the same rules. Obviously, they didn't deal with the same repercussions of concussion talks that the NFL did. But I don't know what the rules are for concussion protocol in terms of how fast a player can get back. I don't know if it's 3 days, 4 days, a week. But Kinohara said NFL is a contact sport. Is there no contact in the NBA, Kinohara? Do players not bump Wembanyama? Does he not fall to the floor? And NBA is a contact sport. All right, I don't know why that's not loading. Load me in, load me in. Load me in. Well, loading me in is not working. Just that's it was Wemby pucking? Puking? I don't know. He just was dazed on the floor. They had to call a timeout. And he got up off the floor in the locker room and ran back to the locker room, but yeah. Katie said Wemby gets handled pretty tough. I mean, are players not running into each other? Is he not contesting shots at the basket? Is he not battling in the post? Dizzy looking? He was dizzy looking. Rated said, what a time to be alive, NBA playoffs. Woof. Yep. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. Shout out Ric Flair. Woo. I'm not going to do the full woo. There we go. Finally. Finally. Just that said, Portland snaps 0-11. 0-11 against them. You know, as an NBA used to be a contact sport in the old days. Brother, it's still an extremely physical game. I don't know what you've been watching, big dog. Do I remember this? Uh-oh. That's not it. What is this? There we go. There we go. Right? Right? There you go. Shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out everybody in the chat. So that's going to end us there. There's our bingo winners. Shout out everybody. Hit bingo tonight. So we will be back tomorrow. We're not going to stay up late to cover Rockets-Lakers because it's Rockets-Lakers. There's no Luka. There's no Reeves. Kevin Durant is playing, though. Kevin Durant is playing. But it's not going to be worth staying up late. It is almost 11 o'clock. Right? The other game is tipping off now. So we're going to end it here. We're going to go back live tomorrow, about 6:45 p.m., to cover Magic versus Pistons. Eastern time, EST time, right? To cover Magic Pistons. It is going to be a fun one. Keenar said Rockets, Lakers, trash series. Trash series. With all the injuries, trash series. No Fred VanVleet, no Steven Adams. Kevin Durant misses game one. The Lakers missing Luka, missing Reeves. Not a good series at all. Not a good series at all. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me here tonight. We will be live again tomorrow for Magic versus Pistons. And hopefully, Orlando will be able to go up 2-0 against the Pistons before going back to Orlando. Suddenly, the playoffs are getting extremely interesting. After everything kind of came up chalk on night one, well, I expect the Thunder to still win 4-0 against the Suns. This Lakers-Rockets series got interesting with the Lakers winning game one despite all the injuries. Nuggets-Timberwolves is tied at 1-1 to be expected. Spurs-Blazers now tied at 1-1, and with this Wemby thing hanging in the air, who knows? Orlando shocked the Pistons in game one, going up 1-0 in Detroit. So they've already accomplished their goal of win one on the road in the first two games. Now let's see if they could actually steal game two. We'll see tomorrow when we tune into it. Jose, appreciate you, brother. The only game in the West, the only series in the West that doesn't look great is that OKC Sun series. And the only series in the East that doesn't look great is this Cavs Raptors series. So the Knicks Hawks tied at 1-1. Unfortunately, we've discussed this many times here tonight. And Boston goes down to Philly in another terrible shooting night for them. Absolutely incredible night of basketball. Everything tied at 1-1 except for Cleveland and Toronto and except for OKC, Thunder, and the Phoenix Suns. Now, we'll see what happens with this game here tonight. We'll see what happens with Orlando, Detroit the next night. But either way, if Detroit loses again and they go down 0-2, that's going to be a rough time for Detroit. And if they tied at 1-1, well, Orlando accomplished their goal of winning at least one of the first two games on the road, right? So, with that being said, we're going to come back tomorrow, cover some more basketball. We'll talk about it some more. But with that, I appreciate you guys. Shout out all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own. Shout out to people who won gifted memberships from our bingo card here tonight. We hit bingo. Third time we hit bingo so far since starting it, but I appreciate you. We will be back. You're blocking the screen on the right? Blocking the screen on the right? Our members? My right or your right? Either way, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Remember, brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.